Because, again, you just sometimes have to see it to believe it. 2-2 score in the top of the ninth. When I tell you Thurman Munson decided home plate was his, it was a missed bump by Gene Michael, and he I'll say crashes into Carlton Fisk. They come up swinging. Boston ends up winning the game 3-2, but it's one of those that you watch. Everybody knows about the 78 fight.
Yeah.
There's a fight in 78. Go look at the fight in 73, because if you want to know what two catchers, two guys who became synonymous, even though Carlton Fisk went away, synonymous with the toughness of those two teams. Carlton Fisk is an interesting cat, man. There's not a lot of guys from Maine playing professional baseball, not to that level, and he looked the part. Thurman Munson looked like he'd fight you in a bar, he'd fight you in an alley, he'd fight you in church. So it was interesting to know that those two guys, two catchers, the position that I say, that should be the baddest man on your team, night in, night out. Those guys proved it. Just if you get a chance to watch it, August 1st, 1973, see what you think.
I will. We will do that for sure. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll preview the pitching matchup. Bryce Elder going for the Braves. Brady Singer going for the Reds. This is the Ford Leadoff Show on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
Teamwork, chemistry, and a carefully developed roster are all paramount to success on the baseball field. The same is true when it comes to creating a winning lineup of tractors. It all begins with strong leadership and a clear vision of the future. That's why TYM Tractors has partnered with the Atlanta Braves, a shared vision on the right way to achieve greatness. Together as one, hear us roar. TYM Tractors, a proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
Hello, I'm Neil Pruitt, Chairman and CEO of Pruitt Health. We believe family makes us stronger. Pruitt Health has served families and communities throughout the Southeast for more than 50 years. If you're looking for skilled nursing, home health, or hospice care, count on our caregivers to provide the personalized plan your loved one needs. Learn more, visit PruittHealth.com. Pruitt Health is a proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
Hey, Braves fans! SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the A, meaning SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of... the official ticket marketplace of...
That ball was crushed!
And...
Did you see that?
Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Braves games or to any other live event across Braves country, SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of every home team win. SeatGeek, the official ticket marketplace of... Let's go Braves!
Atlanta Braves baseball on the Braves Radio Network is lit by the original Louisiana brand hot sauce, the official hot sauce of the Atlanta Braves. Bring the heat.
Hey, Atlanta, want to know the best thing about Urgent Ortho at Peachtree Orthopedics? Well, it's really great. First, they offer appointments the same day, on Saturday, or in the evening, so I can go when it works for me. Next, you get to avoid the crowded ER and probably...
Celebra tú también con Betcris.
I'm going to throw out a restaurant kitchen term to you, and then hit me with the baseball one. I'll start first.
Okay.
Mise en place.
Oh, mise en place. That is, as the chef, you put all your different ingredients out, kind of before you start cooking, right?
You got it, man. Yeah. That's the most important
That's a tough one. I hear this one a lot because of my name, can of corn.
Easy fly ball.
10.50 ERA.
Yeah.
55 hits, 35 earned runs, 19 walks, 24 strikeouts, a 247 whip, and a 387 opponent batting average.
I should have done it sooner. Please make it stop. Please make it stop. Now, again, does that have – those are indicators. Does it tell you what he's going to do today? No, it just doesn't. So he's going to get an opportunity to be better than all those numbers because he needs to be better than all those numbers. Now, remember this. What's his best friend?
Ground ball.
Yeah. He's playing in a park where if you do get it up, it's going to go out. Now, the idea that the Braves scored 12 runs without hitting a home run was really interesting last night. I did tell a buddy of mine, and I'm not even lying about this. I told him, Ellie De La Cruz, he's going to go deep off of Carrasco. I forgot to say it last night here. I was going to ask, what's the home run total? And Ellie De La Cruz did it, and then all hell broke loose in the 8th inning. But, yeah, I don't know what Bryce Elder's going to do today, but neither does he, and neither does his manager, and neither does his pitching coach. With those numbers, you have to have a bullpen guy more ready than you would like earlier in a baseball game.
Yeah.
Because it could go fluid quickly.
Well, and like Snicker said earlier, Austin Cox is here and he stretched out. That's probably a good sign that he might come in if needed. Brady Singer, 8-8, a 4.60 ERA. We saw him on May 5th. He gave up 7 hits and 4 earned runs to the Braves. Mostly sinker and slider. Sinker low to mid 90s. The slider is actually his best pitch. Opponents are hitting 234 against it. So a little bit of history there with the Braves and Brady Singer.
This guy's an $8 million player who hits arbitration in 2026. He's an interesting guy because he got drafted in the 2nd round out of high school, went to college, got drafted in the 1st round, so it certainly paid off. He's got a 6'5", good size, 215, 220 frame. But he's got a baby face.
Yeah, he does.
His face looks like he could have been an extra in the OC, one of those shows that I never really watched, but I know they existed. That's sort of what he looks like. Gainesville, Florida kid, University of Florida. Yeah, that's what he looks like. He looks like a kid who could have been an extra in one of those series, except he's going to be a lot taller than every actor in Hollywood. But he's made a nice living so far this year, but he's 28 years old. He's looking to get paid. It's one of those years where you go, all right, he looks like he fits. I mean, he does, but he's not. $8 million is not a ton. I'm not saying only $8 million, but it's interesting that he got to the point of $8 million because of people thinking he's got promise. He's going to get a chance to bite at the apple. And if Cincinnati does anything in the last couple of months and he's a part of it, I'd like to be his agent at that point.
I would too. Doesn't get a lot of chase, or does get a lot of chase. Doesn't, I should say, 24.3% chase rate. Bottom 13% in the league. And like I said, 6 innings, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts on May 5th in a loss to the Braves.
9-13, 3.71 ERA, 180 innings pitched. That was worth $8 million in arbitration. Arbitration's a nice deal.
Should have been a pitcher.
Well, it just gets to tell you, with one more year of arbitration, he's got a chance to bump that. He's got free agency coming in another year at 29 years old.
Man, it's if you can throw it, if you can throw strikes, you're going to get opportunities.
180 innings. Sure. 180 innings get you paid.
180 innings get you paid. That's for sure. That is for sure. That was our strong arm pitching matchup, and it was brought to you by John Foy and Associates Personal Injury Law. John Foy, where we treat every client with dignity, compassion, and respect. Hurt in a wreck, hit by a truck, injured on the job. We're ready to help you today. There's never a fee until we win for you. That's the strong arm. Prize picks of the day coming up on the other side. This is the Ford Leadoff Show on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
Hey, Braves fans, summer is officially here, and you know what that means. Bugs, termites, mosquitoes, ants, and roaches will be out in full force. Luckily, you can trust the pros at Aero Exterminators to keep your home pest-free inside and out. Aero protects homes and businesses and is the official pest control provider of Truist Park and the Braves, so you know you're getting the best from the best. To set up a free pest inspection, call 888-GO-AERO or visit aeroexterminators.com.
Have you ever wondered if there was something special you could put on your food to make it even better? There is, and it's called the Original Louisiana Brand Hot Sauce, perfectly blending zesty peppers, tangy vinegar, and salty salt. The Original Louisiana Brand Hot Sauce makes curly fries into curl your toes fries, and every plate of nachos into nacho heck yeah. Only the Original Louisiana Brand Hot Sauce is bold enough to be the official hot sauce of the Atlanta Braves. That's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some.
There's a tidal wave of clean car happiness sweeping across Braves country. Tidal Wave Auto Spa is your go-to car wash destination for a game day ready ride. Experience Major League Clean at Tidal Wave, the official car wash of the Atlanta Braves. Stay clean car happy all season long with membership discounts, exclusive giveaways, and more. Visit TidalWaveAutoSpa.com/Braves for details.
My car is happy. I am happy. Tidal Wave Auto Spa.
Hurry up and get your Braves tickets for the 2025 season. With great matchups and multiple seating options and packages available, there's something every fan will love. Visit Braves.com/tickets today.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. The A in Chick-fil-A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
Hey Atlanta, it's the little things we do together that can make a big difference. Atlanta area Chick-fil-A restaurants are teaming up with the Atlanta Braves Foundation on the Home Plate Project to help fight food security for families in need. Show your support by visiting braves.com/homeplate to learn more about food distributions in your area.
Hey Braves fans, it's Ben Ingram for Emory Healthcare's Heart Care Services. When it comes to your heart or someone close to you, nothing matters more than receiving the absolute best care. It's crucial to seek out doctors who are renowned experts in their fields, highly skilled, and pushing the boundaries of heart disease treatment. At Emory Heart and Vascular, you'll find a large team of specialized physicians and nurses dedicated to your heart health. They offer more options for customized treatment solutions that work for you. To learn more, visit emoryhealthcare.org/heartcare.
If you're a working electrician, you've got two options. Work for a contractor and have no power or leverage. Or work with us and have your choice of jobs with multiple contractors, protection on the job, benefits for retirement, and people that have your back. I'm Kenny Mullins for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613. If the second option sounds better to you, come join us. Visit IBEW613.org and click Join Us.
Stream Braves baseball in crystal clear HD on the Fan app. Now with Apple CarPlay, so you can get it directly through your dashboard. Download the Fan app now.
2 locations, 1 truck headquarters. We're kicking off huge savings at both Alpaca locations. Alpaca Ford Royal Palm Beach and Alpaca Ford West Palm Beach. Shop over 1,000 trucks, including Super Duties and F-150s. 3.9% financing available. You can't pass on these deals. Rush to alpacafordtrucks.com and score a great deal today.
¿No hablas inglés? No hay problema. Tenemos personal de ventas que habla español con fluidez en ambas ubicaciones.
I can't imagine transitioning from loving baseball cards to then knowing it's inevitably coming that you're going to be on baseball cards. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, I think the first card I saw was when they did something for USA Baseball, and then now seeing my face, seeing me playing baseball on a card, it was surreal. It wasn't that it was that moment where like, wow, this is really something.
As someone who grew up in the era of the twist, the locomotion, the Freddy, and other outrageous dances, the floss is easily the worst of all time.
The fan did touch that ball, and that's a big whoops. Any relation to Grant? I don't know. That guy was having a hard time figuring out what screen he was supposed to be looking at.
What a play! Allen Roden. And hopefully he is all right.
Look at
it's his eye black.
That's his eye black. It has been transferred from face to wall.
Both sides?
Is there an 8th inning half a run?
There's not an 8th inning.
Oh, okay. Because as I just said.
They do live, though. We do have live on Prize Picks.
I'm not really sure you could actually bank on that 8th inning being, because the 8th inning number is 5.5. What? It's an unprecedented number. It's 5.5. Because yesterday is just, it's so recent.
All right, text me in the 7th, and I'll see what the live betting odds are for the 8th.
All right.
Because I'll do it. I'm going to do it regardless, more than whatever they are in the 8th inning.
I wanted to give one other thing. There was some research done, and I apologize for not knowing who did it. Postseason, why were there so many relief arms traded by teams that are in contention? I think we passed the 50% of innings pitched in the postseason now belong to relief pitchers. Roll that around your head. We are now up to 52% of innings pitched in the postseason come out of your bullpen. If you're wondering why there was a rush, if you're wondering why so many bodies changed linen, it's because that fact is now out there that your starters will pitch fewer innings than your relievers in the postseason.
Yeah, and you always have to have a great bullpen no matter what, but certainly it's more amplified now. For all of us here at the Braves Radio Network, and that includes Joe behind the glass, Chris across from me, I'm Barrett Salib. Braves, Reds, Game 2 right now.
Go ahead, caller. Got a question from Michael Harris II?
Hey, Mike. Are you giving away your Bronco again this year?
You know it. Let me tell you how.
One lucky fan could drive home Michael Harris II's custom Ford Bronco. Go to winmoneymikesbronco.com and get a link to enter for a chance to win today.
This year, it was all my idea.
No purchase necessary. Odds depend on entries received. Open to select legal residents of Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, and Tennessee 18 or older. Rules at winmoneymikesbronco.com. Entries must be received by and sweeps ends 9/2/25. Void where prohibited.
Welcome to Dugout Radio, the undisputed home of Boomtown Baseball.
The Wi-Fi is booming with Xfinity, baby. Our next caller is
Stacy. How do you stay locked in on every pitch and play?
We stream it all live on Xfinity Internet with low lag, 99.99% network reliability, and speeds faster than a base runner beating the throw to home plate.
I stream on my TV, tablets, even my smart fridge.
Smart fridge?
With all those games, we gotta refuel.
Stream live baseball with Wi-Fi built for the biggest moments. Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed.
Hey, Braves fans, sometimes life throws you a knee-buckling curveball. That's when Truist One Checking steps up to the plate. If you're behind in the count, you won't have to worry about overdraft fees. Plus, eligible clients enjoy a balance buffer for some extra cushion. You'll get a convenient mobile app to keep an eye on things. And
They flip with the glove. That was not a good idea.
All he needed to do was try to get the lead guy by giving him a nice, easy feed.
No, stay on your feet. No. I thought he was going to stay on his feet.
Uh-oh. The Goose did not know that the game was starting. Maybe the Goose thought it was 6:45 first pitch time.
Oh, man, off the glove and off the dome. He's saying, oh, man, what happened? It's a moment that he'll never forget, and that'll be on the blooper everywhere.
Talk to me.
This is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun.
Yes.
2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha.
Amazing.
And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bach beer.
Pick it up like a burger.
Pick it up like a burger and you just go in, man.
Let's go to town.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had. I love this, man.
This is how I grew up eating hot dogs.
Towards third, backhanded and fouled around by Riley. Long throw. Oh, what a play by Riley.
It's time for the Braves to get things going. Atlanta Braves baseball on the Braves Radio Network is brought to you by the original Louisiana hot sauce. Flavor favors the bold. Your local Ford dealers, proud partner of your Atlanta Braves. The Home Depot, how doers get more done. Your local Hyundai dealer, proud sponsor of the Atlanta Braves. John Foy and Associates Personal Injury Law. Get the strong arm. Arrow Exterminators, make the right call and protect your home or business from pests by calling 888-GO-ARROW. Peachtree Orthopedics, same day evenings and Saturdays. It's time to get better. SeatGeek, the official ticket marketplace of the Atlanta Braves. Yanmar Tractors and Engines, an official partner of the Atlanta Braves grounds crew. Your Atlanta area Lexus dealer. Experience amazing. Simply Sport, the official CBD partner of your Atlanta Braves. TimberTech Decking and Railing, everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. City of Hope, Atlanta, making hope a reality for cancer patients throughout the Southeast. Attorney Ken Nugent, one call, that's all. Xfinity, get one internet price for 5 years with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Pennington Grass Seed, official partner of the Atlanta Braves grounds crew. ServPro, when disaster strikes, call ServPro to make it like it never even happened. Saya LTL Freight, the official freight and logistics company of the Atlanta Braves.
I want to ask you about food. What is something that you have to eat to beat a judge?
Oh, Aaron Judge! Send him to Monument Park now!
We got some good chefs in New York. They've been cooking up some nice chopped cheeses, and that kind of, it gets you, I don't know if I should tell the kids that they should be eating chopped cheese before a game.
Before the game, probably steak. That's usually what I go to.
I like a steak, no vegetables.
No vegetables?
No vegetables.
No, is it straight protein?
Yeah.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
St. Louis Cardinals, one of the cleanest jerseys in the game. I've always felt that way. And, you know, the birds on the bat, just an iconic logo. I mean, look how rich that yellowish gold is in the bat. You know, all the stitching with the birds. I've just always thought it's one of the best looks in the game. 35 is the number I wore in my Major League debut. I actually think this might be the jersey from my Major League debut. So that was 2010, May 29th.
Zone. He's a rhythm guy. He's going to have a good day. If he comes out and he's dancing around the strike zone, walking guys, he better buckle up.
All right, we'll find out. Looking for a good one out of Elder and hopefully a victory today and a series win for Atlanta. When we come back, I'll introduce you to the starting nine for both teams. Right after that, we'll have the first pitch of the game, Braves and Reds this afternoon on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
Hi there. I'm a four-leaf clover. You know, the lucky thing you used to look for. But now, with Lucky 7 scratchers from the Georgia Lottery, nobody wants me anymore.
There's a reason nobody picks you, dude. It's because I'm luckier.
Whatever, horseshoe. Shouldn't you be clomping down the street or something?
Shouldn't you be covered in weed spray?
This is my radio commercial.
For things not as lucky as
They're all the luck you need. Win up to $2 million with the Lucky 7 scratchers from the Georgia Lottery.
Men, it's when we don't raise them up that the society has to lock them up. Perhaps the most prestigious title you could ever wear is Father. It's no coincidence that the title Jesus most used when referring to God was Father. Your other positions of influence are way less important than being a loving and invested father. Don't run from it and don't quit working at it. It matters. This is Tom Gray, and This Stuff Matters.
ThisStuffMatters.net.
Digging, grading, tilling, and mowing. All in a day's work with Yanmar, the tractor that works as hard as you do. Discover new possibilities at yanmartractor.com.
Nothing is quite as American as supporting the home team. At Quikrete, it's what we've been doing for over 80 years, making products that give homeowners and contractors the confidence to quickly and easily knock out their to-do list. So, whether you need to set a fence post, make a repair, or replace your patio, you can count on the yellow bag of Quikrete concrete mix to help you get the job done right. Pick up the Quikrete yellow bag at your favorite home improvement center. Quikrete, it's what America's made of.
Braves fans, this is Mike Morgan, founder and CEO of 13 Heroes. Like you, I was devastated when tragedy struck in 2021, killing 13 U.S. service members in Afghanistan. From then, I immediately founded 13 Heroes for a way to give back to the families who lost their loved ones. 13 Heroes is a premium, award-winning line of spirits with the purest and smoothest liquid on the market. Please help turn tragedy into legacy by picking up...
I'm helping these kids be the best versions of themselves, and I'm also representing like where I came from. And then the Zilla team, I was working with a creative guy that was with Nike. I work with my best friend who manages this team with me, and we kind of just like put together like what we think would look cool. We went like Godzilla theme. You kind of get to help them grow up into a young man and help them just make the right steps forward. And that's really why I started it, to have impact.
Five-man umpiring crew here today, and this young superstar.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy Tritt, they got their feet tangled up before the ball came down.
That goes helicoptering into the net. It's Pantar.
And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
A little tumble behind the mound, hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. O-Pee-Chee was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
1966 with Billy Sorrell.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
109 of the season for the Braves, 53 left to be played after today, and the Braves hoping for a series victory with a win today. First pitch when we come back on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today. O'Reilly
Auto Parts. Hi. Sorry. Did I startle you? When you're used to hearing a certain type of commercial, something like this can, well, take you by surprise. That's kind of how it is with the Lexus RX, a vehicle that has continued to defy expectations for over 25 years. From the first luxury vehicle of its kind, to the first hybrid luxury vehicle, to the only plug-in hybrid worthy of the RX name. We understand you want more than the everyday SUV. And isn't being understood an amazing feeling? Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Hi, I'm Dan Watkins. All Four Seasons garage, entry doors, and windows. Now is a great time to upgrade with brand new, efficient, and beautiful garage doors. All4seasonsgarages.com.
When you open a Corona, you hear the sounds of wherever you are a little differently. A little more Corona. And you think to yourself, why am I just listening? Corona. La Playa awaits. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Hard hit ball to short, scooped up and tossed to second. Quick turnaround, it's going to be close. Throws it to first, and he's out. Double play.
A Braves double play is a well-oiled machine, just like Valvoline Instant Oil Change. We'll change your oil in about 15 minutes while you stay in your car. The only thing that'll be out here is your old oil. Drive into your neighborhood Atlanta location today. No appointment needed. Valvoline Instant Oil Change is a proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
Mom, how do you know you found the one?
You just feel it. It'll be everything you want and more. And it'll be a part.
Celebra tú también con Betcris.
Mississippi College Choctaw, just like myself. Lance Barksdale behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Will Little's at first base. Ryan Additon is at second base. And Ryan Wills is the third base umpire. Defensively, the Reds have Spencer Steer at first base. Matt McLean is at second base. Ellie De La Cruz is the shortstop. And Key Brian Hayes is at third base. In the outfield for Cincinnati, Jake Fraley is in left. Will Benson, the Atlanta native, in center. Noelvi Marte is the right fielder. Catcher is Jose Trevino. And on the mound, the right-hander Brady Singer. 6'5", 215-pound righty from Eustis, Florida. He's 28 years old. Darren, this season, he's gone 8-8 with a 4.60 ERA, 21 starts. But he's posted a 3.69 ERA in this ballpark and a pretty deep bag of tricks for this big, tall right-hander.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising. As we talked about yesterday, this Great American Ballpark here in Cincinnati plays very favorably to the hitters. And so for him to outperform his road splits in this building is pretty impressive. And his whole career, he's been a ground ball guy. A little bit less ground balls this year, but he's found a way to get outs here in this building. So we'll see if the Braves can test that here this afternoon.
He'll be facing Profar, Olson, and Riley in the top of the first inning. First pitch brought to you by Schumann Farms. Look for Real Sweet Brand Vidalia onions from Schumann Farms in a store near you. What will we see today after a wild one last night? About to find out. Profar climbs in, Singer ready, and now for the ball game. The first pitch, a called strike. Came at him with a first pitch sinker, and that falls in line with what you're talking about. Sinkers and sliders. Got the four-seamer, but lots of sinkers. 0-1 pitch, low and inside. And that's going to be the theme of the day with both these pitchers, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of sinkers today. You're going to be saying, missed with the sinker down. You know, they're both going to try to pound the bottom of the zone with that pitch, him and Elder.
1-1 to Profar, and a strike. Got a slider over. Last night, when you look at the starting nine for both teams, Jurickson Profar was the only man in the game who didn't score a run. Profar takes the ball high and outside. In fact, he was never on base. Everybody else who started not only reached base but scored at least one run. That's how zany last night's game was. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch on the way to Profar, and he swings and misses over the top of a good slider. Back foot slider to the left-handed hitter, and there's strikeout number 1 for Singer.
That was a nasty back foot slider from Singer. You know, the slider plays nicely off the sinker, which is running away from a lefty. That slider diving in towards Profar's back foot. And I mentioned he's getting a few less ground balls this year. He's added a cutter, Brady Singer has this year. He's throwing it about 10% of the time and throwing the slider 10% less. So that might lead to some of those air outs I was referring to.
Little breeze out to right field. Matt Olson takes a called strike. Last night, the flags were motionless in left center. Today, they're galing out towards right. Bright sunshine, no shade anywhere. And there's a called strike on Matt Olson. 0-2. There's that cutter you're talking about. For Singer this season, 21 starts. Like I mentioned, an 8-8 record with a 4.60 ERA, but he's coming off a month of July where he got his nose bloodied. Had a 5.63 ERA that month. Olson swings and misses over the top of a slider. So here as he turns the calendar with the rest of us into August, he's hoping for a much better month. At home, he's gone 4-4 with a 3.69 ERA. On the road, 4-4, but a 5.73 ERA. 0-2 pitch. Olson swings and misses at a slider. And that pitch is in tune for Singer right out of the gate.
Oof. Yeah, another really good one there. Singer might have figured something out last start, huh? Had, I think, what I believe to be his best start of the season.
Yeah, faced the Rays on the 27th. Went 7 1/3 innings and gave up just 1 run while striking out 8. And that line backs up the theory that he figured something out. 2 down. Had a called strike on Austin Riley. Austin was 1 for 6 last night. Had an RBI single and a run scored in, you guessed it, the 8th inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Riley swings and misses. That cutter had him out on his front foot. 0-2. Singer has never beaten the Braves. He's seen Atlanta 3 times in his career. He's 0-3 with a 7.41 ERA, and that includes 1 start this year in Atlanta when he went 6 innings, gave up 4 runs on 7 hits, and lost. But he starts this off with a 2-up, 2-down inning with a couple of strikeouts, and looked like he just got robbed of a strike 3 right there. Maybe a little bit outside to Riley. 1-2 pitch. Riley swings and misses at a fastball for strike 3, and Singer blitzes right through them in the top of the first inning. He strikes out the side in order. We go to the bottom of the first inning.
Home at Cortland.com.
City of Hope is advancing cancer care at life-saving speed with teams of experts working together to personalize a treatment plan right down to your DNA. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
Hey folks, we in the locker room want to send you to a Braves game. This is home team Brandon Leak reminding you that a pair of tickets are up for grabs during the 7 o'clock hour every weekday morning on 680 The Fan.
Alongside Darren O'Day and our producer-engineer Jonathan Chadwick, Ben Ingram here with you. We're scoreless into the bottom of the first inning as Gavin Lux leads off for the Reds. First pitch from Bryce Elder. And a ball down, 1 ball and no strikes. The leather for Atlanta has Matt Olson at first base. Ozzie Albies at second. Nick Allen at shortstop. Austin Riley at third. 1-0 to Lux. Missed inside of the left-handed hitter. Braves outfield with Jurickson and Profar in left field. Michael Harris patrolling center. Eli White out there in right field. Drake Baldwin, the catcher, and on the mound, the right-hander Bryce Elder, 26 years old, out of Decatur, Texas. 6'2", 220-pound right-hander. There's a ball shot through the right side. Turned around to sinker, and in between Albies and Olson for a leadoff single. That'll bring Matt McLean up to the plate. For Elder this season, 4-7 with a 6.29 ERA. This is his 18th start of the season. Last go-round was a really bumpy ride for Bryce, and it took place in his home state of Texas. Couldn't get out of the 3rd inning. That was on the 27th. Went 2 2/3 against the Rangers, allowing 8 runs. Also walked 4 batters. Pitch misses low. 1 ball and no strikes on Matt McLean. And it was a really tough month of July for Bryce. Had a 7.91 ERA in July. 1-0 pitch fouled back under our booth. And 1-1 now on McLean. But like we were discussing earlier, if he can get that sinker and slider combo working for him, he can jump right back into the form that he showed in San Francisco.
Yeah, Bryce really wants to get into a rhythm here. Pounding the zone with that sinker, finishing guys off with the slider.
1-1, low and outside with a slider.
And you mentioned he walked 4 Texas Rangers last start, 3 of those coming in the first inning. And this first frame has been a consistent problem for him this season, sporting a cool 8.5 ERA in this frame. So he's got to get into a rhythm quickly. That's the adjustment he needs to make.
Well, that's a high hurdle to clear when you're dealing with that in the first inning. There's a strike. Got the slider over. 2-2. Home road splits about the same. ERAs over 6 in both places, but a little bit better on the road. 6.04 on the road compared to 6.54 Truist Park. Either way, that tells a story. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Line drive caught by Albies at second. Guns to first and a little bit too late. They tried to double off Gavin Lux. He went diving headfirst back into the bag. And one down. Ozzie had that played perfectly.
Yeah, we know Bryce's game, right? The ground balls, sometimes he'll have a great game where he strikes out a bunch of guys, but he's more a contact guy, and the stuff isn't overwhelming. So every time he walks somebody, he's raising the stakes, and home runs have also been a problem for him. 17 already this year in 87 innings pitched, so he's got to keep the ball in the park.
De La Cruz sends one foul. Well, regardless of the ballpark, when you're giving up home runs like that, that's going to set off alarm bells, but especially in this ballpark to this batter in particular.
Yeah, this is a dangerous man in the batter's box here.
Ellie De La Cruz, 19 homers on the season, hit one last night. That ended a homerless drought for him. And he swings and misses at a changeup, 0-2. He had gone 30 games without a home run, but he belted one to the deepest part of the yard last night. And when he hit that homer in the third inning, it was 3-0 Cincinnati. And, of course, the Braves ended up winning 12-11. 0-2 pitch. Missed low 1-2. De La Cruz has had some big moments in his career against the Braves. In fact, a couple of years ago, hit for the cycle versus Atlanta right here in this ballpark.
You mentioned his home run last night. That was really the only blemish on Carlos Carrasco's Braves debut. 6 innings pitched, kind of got lost in the shuffle of that 8th inning last night. Overshadowed a little bit, but a great performance by him.
1-2 from Elder. That's fouled off. By the time we got to the end of the game, I had completely forgotten that Carrasco and Abbott had started the game.
Yeah. And not only a positive debut from him, but also from Kinley, who was in line for the win there.
That's right. He looked very good. 1-2 from Elder. Big chopper out to Ozzie. Flips to second. There's one. Allen quickly to first, and there's two. 4-6-3 double play as that closes shop on the Reds in the bottom of the first. We head to the top of the second. No score in Cincinnati. Hey, Braves fans, it's Ben Ingram for Emory Healthcare's Heart Care Services. When it comes to your heart or someone close to you.
We like to stay on topic here, but Squirrel.
What? Where?
Squirrel.
Where?
Oh, no.
How about that? That went right up into the batter's eye, into the camera position. How about that?
Whoa, that one will fall into the White Sox dugout.
Well, it looks like he's still aggravated about being traded away. She's so excited she just threw it back. That was off the ledge, too. We can't get that down.
How do you get out, though? That's the problem. There's no exit.
Sunday, you've got a chance to win Braves tickets at noon and qualify for a trip to see Georgia Tech's opener in Colorado during the 4 o'clock hour. Get all of the details at 680thefan.com.
Scoreless into the top of the second. Alongside Darren O'Day and our producer-engineer Jonathan Chadwick, Ben Ingram here with you on a gorgeous day in Cincinnati. It'll be Baldwin, Ozuna, and Harris for the Braves. And this is the Toyota Stolen Base Challenge inning. Introduce you to our contestant after the first pitch to Drake Baldwin. Here it is from the right-hander Singer, and he misses low. Hit the Braves still a base here in the top of the second. Our contestant this afternoon, Roger Bryson, will win $300 in free marathon gas cards. 1-0 pitch. Baldwin sends one foul. 1-1. You can enter the Toyota Stolen Base Challenge by visiting Braves.com/Stolen Base Challenge. And good luck to Roger Bryson. our contestant in the Toyota Stolen Base Challenge inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way to Drake Baldwin. He'll take a ball low and inside. Prior to the game, was chatting with Snit, was asking him about the pinch hit situation in the 6th inning last night as Drake Baldwin came in to pinch hit for Nick Allen in the 6th. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Baldwin swings and misses. And you might think of the situation and say, man, that's pretty early in a game to be sending up a pinch hitter, but runs have been scarce for the Braves this season. It was his shot at scoring some runs. And you have to take aggressive measures when your team is struggling to score. And that was a good spot for Baldwin last night. 2-2 pitch, and he's going to line one into left field. That's down for a base hit. Drake starts his day off with a base hit and a leadoff single here in the 2nd. But I asked Snett, I said, given how dire things have been offensively in stretches for your team, what's the earliest you would consider making a move like that? And he said, that's probably about the earliest, 6th inning. And even with the team struggling offensively, even if you had a shot earlier than that, probably going to stay away from it.
Yeah, I thought it was a good move. You know, Nick Allen had come up earlier in the game in a big situation, much like that one, and didn't get the job done.
Ozuna takes a called strike.
And anytime you can get Drake up there with guys on base, you know, that's an advantage. He did get a hit. I think it was a tapper, but still found a way to make contact and get on base.
Here comes the 0-1. Out of bounds to the dirt. That was that E4 to McLean that he reached.
Oh, that's right.
But still, like you mentioned, he made contact, went on base. Braves scored a couple of runs that inning. And at the time, we thought that might be the difference in the game. And then that rodeo known as the 8th inning took place and kind of forgot about everything before that. Here's the 1-1. And Ozuna with a fly ball to right field. Noelvi Marte over to his left. Looking up. Reaches out. Makes the catch. That just about tricked him. That was slicing away from him. And he reached over to his left at the last moment and made a basket catch.
Yeah, that one looked like a guy who spent his entire life playing the infield. The ball just kept slicing away from him in right field. I believe it's just his 4th start out there in the outfield in the major league. So still learning the ropes out there.
1 out for Michael Harris. No score, top of the 2nd. Harris takes first pitch strike, got a cutter over. After Harris, it'll be Albies. Drake Baldwin the lead at first base. 0-1 pitch, smacked into center field. That's in for a base hit. Man, he squared up that sinker. Thing of beauty. Sent a frozen rope out into center field. Runners at first and second, 1 down. And let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
Every Atlanta Braves game, live on the air and streaming free on the app.
WCNN North Atlanta, a Dickey broadcasting station.
The Fan.
Couple of singles for the Braves, which falls in line with what we saw last night. All those hits and so many singles for both teams last night. Ozzie looking to put the Braves on the board right here. First pitch he sees, misses low. Last night, the two teams combined for 23 runs on 30 hits. And Atlanta had just 3 extra base hits the entire game. So the Braves had 10 singles last night. Meanwhile, the Reds had 5 extra base hits, so they had a dozen singles last night. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Ozzie takes the ball low. So there were 22 singles in last night's game. A dozen pitchers were used. The two teams combined to go 12 for 37 with runners in scoring position, and 8 players had multiple hit games last night. 2-0 pitch. Ozzie swings and misses at a fastball. 22 singles.
It's wild. I mean, it doesn't really fit the mold of the Braves offense. If I told you the Braves scored 12 runs, you would think, oh, they must have hit 4 or 5 homers, right?
Exactly.
10 singles and 3 doubles.
2-1 to Albies. Way outside, 3-1.
And frankly, that's the kind of game that Major League Baseball wants. You know, home runs are exciting, but Major League Baseball is trying to push this game away from strikeouts and home runs. They want games like we had last night with that excitement.
3-1, outside ball 4. Seen a lot more walks here lately for Ozzie Albies. There's one here, and that'll load the bases, 1 down. Well, I think they hit their quota last night with that game.
Sure did. Yeah, no fan that attended last night's game could say it was a boring game. There's no question about that.
I think they all needed heart medication after last night's game. Bases loaded, one down. Pitch to Eli White, and he takes a first pitch slider for a strike. Well, Brady Singer had a 1-2-3 first inning, struck out the side. But here in the second inning, the bases are loaded, one down. Eli White was 1 for 5 last night. Pitch on the way to Eli, and he swings and misses at a sweeper. He's down 0-2. And the Braves need the bottom of the order to come through to make something happen. It's Nick Allen right after White. Single by Baldwin, single by Harris, walk to Albies. 0-2 to White. And he'll foul off a slider, hanging alive. 1-2 now on Eli. Eli, of course, playing right field daily with Ronald Acuna on the IL. And last night, Eli had the RBI single in the 8th inning, scored a run, also had a ball that he put in play where he reached on an error but collected an RBI. 0-2 from Singer. A lunge and a miss at a slider, and he struck him out. That was across the other side of the plate, and he couldn't reach it. So with 2 down, it's in the hands of Nick Allen.
This is the exact situation we were talking about with Drake Baldwin pitch hitting for Nick last night.
That's right.
So I guess the second inning is off limits for Snit. You got Sean Murphy sitting on the bench down there.
That would have been something. Here's the pitch on the way to Allen. Check swing, and he went on the sinker. Got a piece of it, actually fouled it off. That would really tell you the state of the offense if you're pinch hitting for the 9-hole hitter in the second inning. But the base is loaded, hoping that Nick Allen can come through. Nick was 0 for 2 last night. Pop out to the catcher and also a 5-4-3 double play. 0-1 to Allen. Right there for a called strike. Suddenly 0-2. If he can find a way to reach, Profar would come to the plate, but Allen in a hole now. 0-2. A Brave at every base. 0-2 pitch. Low and outside with a sinker. For Singer, up to 35 pitches. 1-2 to the plate. Outside with a slider. So the count even 2-2. Allen batting .226 for the season. Runners ready to take off on contact with 2 down. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball to right field. Noelvi Marte looking up into the Cincinnati sky. Drifts left, makes the catch, and the Braves leave him loaded. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left. Into the bottom of the second we go. No scoring.
Five-man umpiring crew here today in this young superstar.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes. So Hoppy Tritt, they got their feet tangled up before the ball came down.
That goes helicoptering into the net. It's Pronto.
And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
A little tumble behind the mound. Hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
Core joins Finn, Home Team, and me in the locker room every Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. on your radio home of the Braves, 680 The Fan.
Braves nothing, Reds nothing. Into the bottom of the second. Ben Darren and Jay Chad with you from sunny Cincinnati. It'll be Noelvi Marte, Spencer Steer, and Jake Fraley to the plate for the Reds. Folks, only the original Louisiana brand hot sauce is bold enough to be the official hot sauce of the Atlanta Braves. That's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some. First pitch sinker over for a called strike on Noelvi Marte. Marte 3 for 6 last night. 0-1 pitch. Comebacker out towards second. Backhanded on a knee by Ozzie. Up with it. Throws over to first base for the out. And just about took Elder with it. Sizzled one right up the middle, but Ozzie had it played perfectly and one down. One out for Spencer Steer. Steer had one hit last night. 27 years old, out of Long Beach, California. Pitch to Steer. That's over for a called strike. One to Steer. In the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. Steer listed at 5'9", 185. Grew up in Southern California. Played his college ball, though, up in Eugene, Oregon, at the University of Oregon. 1-1 to Steer. Low and outside, 2 balls and a strike. He established a school career record in RBIs, multiple hit games, longest hit streak at 18 games. So he put his fingerprints all over that record book in Eugene. Steer 1 for 5 last night on the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball routinely out to short. Charging and scooping Nick Allen. Transfers and fires. And 2 down in the inning. That's the kind of sinker with that play and the one off the bat of Marte that Bryce is looking for.
Yeah, I was just watching that at bat. Bryce is really locating that sinker today. You know, we talked about that being a key to the game. This is command of that pitch. And against Spencer, he was just pounding him down and in with that sinker. And then that nice slider there for a weak ground ball. 6-3, out number 2.
Pitch on the way to Fraley. And a called strike on him. No score, bottom of the second inning. No runs, 2 hits for the Braves. No runs, 1 hit for the Reds. Fraley takes a called strike. Locating that sinker and getting called strikes with that pitch. Quickly, 0-2. Elder would love a 1-2-3 inning. Former Texas Longhorn into his windup in the 0-2. Is tying outside. Well, something that I think about when we talk about Elder is something I've heard you say multiple times. You know that it's in there. We got to see it 2 years ago when he was an all-star. 1-2 pitch. Misses low. And it really is that sinker-slider combo. And he's got those 2 pitches working off of each other. He can be the best version of himself. But sometimes it goes lopsided or sometimes neither pitch is there. 2-2 and a pop-up. Right field. Eli White, Michael Harris in the neighborhood. That's Eli's ball. They'll make the catch, and it is a 1-2-3 inning for Bryce Elder. Reds go down in order. We go to the top of the third. No score. It's a scoreless game. Braves trying to change that here in the top of the third versus Brady Singer. It'll be the top of the order. Profar, Olson, and Riley. Introducing the 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. Get one consistent internet price for the next 5 years. No contracts, no curveballs. Profar is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And the first pitch he displays to Profar. Slider swung on and missed. Brady Singer in his first season with the Reds. Came over to trade from Kansas City. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That'll miss inside. Interesting story on Singer. He played his college ball at Florida. And when he was a Gator, won the national championship in 2017. He was teammates with Jonathan India. 1-1 pitch, swung on, missed. Good cutter, 1-2. In fact, India and Singer are really good friends, best of friends. That goes back to their college days. And when India was with the Reds for a couple of years, there were trade rumors that the Royals really wanted India and wanted to trade for him. Here's the 1-2 pitch. A little bit low and outside, 2-2. So, of course, that got Singer and India talking. And Singer was telling him, man, it would be awesome to have you over here in Kansas City, trade for you, and we can be teammates once again. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And there's a ball inside. Well, the day came where he got his wish, but it's good news and bad news. Good news is Reds had traded Jonathan India to the Royals. But going the other way, Brady Singer. They got traded for each other. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And Profar bounces one off the glove of Singer. Karams out to short. Up with it, De La Cruz. Throws over low, but dug out by Steer. Impressive play on a 1-6-3 put out of Jurickson Profar.
Yeah, that is a funny story. You know, two buddies plotting to play together not only in college but the major leagues. And they just get swapped for each other, man.
It backfired on them.
It sure did.
We just saw India and the Royals. Some similarities with these two teams in terms of where they are in the standings. Olsen strikes one hard into right center field. That rolls into the gap. Backhanded out there by Marte. Gets it in quickly. And it's a one-out single for Matt Olsen. But finishing that thought, both the Royals and the Reds on the outside looking in the wild card picture, but right there on the doorstep and trying to get into the picture. Reds 4 games over 500. And in third place in the Central, there's a ball outside to Austin Riley.
You know, another player on that 2017 Florida Gators team was Dane Dunning, a guy that pitched out of the Braves bullpen last night. Had a tough night, got himself a plane ticket this morning back to Gwinnett.
1-0 pitch, huge swing and a miss.
But I attended the University of Florida. I know all those guys from their time there. And we certainly are proud of their national championship they won that year.
Yeah, it was a really good squad. There's a 1-1 pitch. Riley put a good swing on it, but fouled back the fastball. By the way, the Reds are 3.5 games out of the final wild card spot. Currently, the number 3 wild card spot goes to the Padres. They've won 5 in a row. And they were very active at the deadline. 1-2 to Riley. Check swing. Fouls one off over by the Reds dugout.
Yeah, Padres GM A.J. Preller never has a boring trade deadline. One way or the other, man. He's got to have action, and they certainly did make some moves yesterday.
1-2 pitch. That'll miss outside. Well, they know how close they were last year. I mean, losing that series to the Dodgers, there are a lot of people that felt like that could have been the World Series right there, where the winner of that series would win the whole thing. There's a ball high. So 3-2 on Riley. No score, top of the third inning. Runner at first and 1 out. But the Padres had a 2-1 lead in that series last year versus L.A. and dropped games 4 and 5. 3-2 got him looking. Not what he was looking for. That was a sinker bell tie. And Riley goes down looking. 5th strikeout for Brady Singer. 2 down in the third for Drake Baldwin. Drake 1 for 1 with a single. And Drake with a fly ball out towards left center field. Racing in Benson across left center and makes a chest high catch on the run. That'll end the top of the third inning. Braves get a 1-out single, but that's that. We head to the bottom of the third inning. No.
Celebra tú también con Betcris.
Well, this is the most famous jersey in baseball, right? The Yankee pinstripes, the interlocking NY, and the Midnight Navy. I was a Yankee fan growing up my whole life, die hard, and became a free agent after 7 years with the Rockies, and I wanted to be a Yankee so bad. Putting this jersey on for a headshot for the first time, it felt different than any other shirt I'd ever put on in my career.
Crystal Clear HD on the Fan app, now with Apple CarPlay, so you can get it directly through your dashboard. Download the Fan app now.
7-8-9 due up in the Reds order in the bottom of the third inning. No score. Alongside Darren O'Day and our producer-engineer Jonathan Chadwick, Ben Ingram here with you from Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. Folks, you need all the energy you can get for game day. At Georgia Power, we know that energy costs are an important part of every budget, and we're committed to providing tools and assistance to make a difference so you can save energy for the game. Learn more at georgiapower.com/myenergy. Jose Trevino takes a called strike. His first action of the series last night. Tyler Stevenson was the catcher. And Trevino has been with the Yankees and the A's, now the Reds, in there today. And he hits a high fly ball to left field. Jurickson Profar looking skyward, fighting the sun, drifting left, now in, makes the catch. And one away here in the third inning.
That was a bit of a roundabout route out there in left field. That fly ball would lead me to believe that wind is blowing in from left, even though the flags are blowing, I'd say, from foul pole to foul pole.
Mm-hmm.
But that ball definitely came up shorter than Jurickson thought it would be.
Yeah, big adventure on anything hit high today with the high skies, the sunshine, and that breeze swirling. 1-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss by Benson. Well, we're getting a little bit of that breeze here in the booth. Feels nice. I mean, it is a beautiful day. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Another swing and a miss by Benson. Temperature is certainly cooler than you expect for August the 1st.
Yeah. A hint of fall coming. You know, most players, I would say, just hate day games. You know, we're all night owls. You get the schedule makes you into a night owl, but a day like this, man, be happy to play.
Yeah, rejuvenates you. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Bryce Elder to Will Benson. Bounced up there about 5 feet in front of the plate, 1-2. Well, now that we're a day away from Bristol, I know we got to be really excited for that.
Oh, yeah.
As we all are. 1-2 to Benson, and a hack and a miss and a changeup away. First strikeout of the game for Elder, 2 down. You and I were just discussing in the break about it's an area of the country that neither one of us has spent a whole lot of time in. I've been to Knoxville many times, but Northeast Tennessee and you know that Southwest line there in Virginia, that's a part of the country I've never been to.
Not much out there.
There's a ball low and outside, which means I'd like it a lot.
Yeah, a lot of good little towns, beautiful mountains. But yeah, same. I've never been up to that corner of Tennessee. I'm really excited to head there tonight.
2 down for Ke'Bryan Hayes. He'll take a ball outside. Have you ever been to a racetrack before? For an actual race?
I haven't been for a race, but I did spend some time a couple summers ago at Daytona driving on the track.
2-0 pitch in the air to center field, left center field. Profar comes in and slides to it, feet first, and makes the catch. Excellent catch by Jurickson Profar. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Bryce Elder. We've completed 3. We go to the top of the 4th inning, no score.
Braves fans, this is Mike Morgan, founder and CEO of 13 Heroes. Like you, I was devastated when tragedy struck in 2021, killing 13 U.S. servicemen.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
to get yourself ready.
Yes, there are hugs, and then there's that.
Now, what is that?
What is the purpose of that?
It's an anemometer. It measures wind speed.
So that's good.
But it looks like a fidget spinner.
Meanwhile, on the Cove, it just looks like too much fun.
It was so routine, he took his eye off.
You got to come up with the slate. You got to. You're right there. You had two hands. He looked it in. Oh.
And have the game at the racetrack tomorrow, Bristol Motor Speedway. Braves win today. That'd give them the series. Here's Marcell Ozuna, 0 for 1. Check swing. He did go 0-1. A win today would give the Braves the series win. And we've not said that too many times here in the last month or so. Here comes the 0-1 pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna. Ozuna swings and misses at a sweeper. Over the course of the last 12 series, counting this one, the Braves have taken game 1 6 times in 12 series. Yet they have one series win over their last 11 series played. And that's when they took 2 of 3 in St. Louis before the All-Star break. 2 is outside. So lots of close calls. Kansas City, New York, a chance to do it here, but just hasn't worked out that way.
Yeah, that's a strange pattern the Braves have fallen into, really having a lot of success on the first game of the series.
1-2 to Ozuna. 3/4 swing, tapped a slider foul, still 1-2.
You know, with their current record, it's hard to find a split where they're above 500, but in this season, the Braves are 2 games above 500 in game 1 of the series, 19-17. So that's a curious pattern they've established.
1-2, got him looking. That sinker was painted on the inside corner, and Ozuna knew it. And it's now 6 strikeouts for Singer. 1 down here in the 4th inning. Northside Hospital for a healthier future together. Look to Northside. And you would think that would favor the Braves a lot more than it would in taking game 1. You feel like, I just got to win one of the next 2. Michael Harris takes a backdoor sweeper for a strike. No score, top of the 4th inning. Pitch from Singer. That'll be fouled off. Looking at the flags now, they're flying in a pattern that certainly backs up what we were talking about last inning. They're now blowing in from left center right at the Reds dugout. So out of left center and right into the first baseline. Harris sends one foul. Pretty day out there on the river. This ballpark right up against the Ohio River. You only have small vantage points of the river from where we sit. There's the 0-2 pitch. That'll be sent foul, but see a little sliver of the river just beyond the right center field wall, and some boats and such active out there. That's the one thing about this ballpark I wish that they had created, basically, you might say, an avenue to see the river from the ballpark. That'll be swung on and missed. Sweeper down gets Michael Harris. I'd like to have a little bit more river access and viewing from the ballpark like you'd see maybe in San Francisco or Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's a beautiful setting. You know, the majestic Ohio River and the bluffs of Kentucky right across it. That's a good spot for a stadium here.
Mm-hmm. Ozzie Albies swings and pops one up. This is reaching towards the seats down the third base line. That bounces right on top of the dugout and caroms back to a Braves fan. Down in the 3rd row. He's got a great seat. Now he's got a souvenir. Young man in a Michael Harris jersey. Getting high fives all around. 0-1 on Ozzie Albies. No score in the 4th. Ozzie takes the ball high and outside.
This might just be the best weather day I've ever experienced here in Cincinnati. I've been here when it's 38 degrees, and I've been here when it's 96.
1-1 check swing, didn't go.
Opening day, 2009, we came here with the Mets. I was with the Mets, and it was so cold in the visitors' bullpen that one of the guys in the bullpen burnt his pants off from his knee to his foot from being too close to the propane heater.
2-1 high and outside. He was that close to it.
Yeah, we were all fighting for real estate in front of the thing because we're freezing down there. We all smelled something, looked down, and his pants were gone. So he had to run in and get a new pair.
3-1 to Ozzie. Got under it, popped it up, reaching for foul ground, coming over into foul territory. Hayes has room, and in between the third base line and the Braves dugout, makes a basket catch. Braves go down in order in the top of the fourth inning. We go to the bottom of the inning, no score.
That's my security right there. That's the bad one, Roscoe Pico train.
Major League Baseball wanted to start doing something with the players and their dogs.
Which one's the dog?
I was undecided on whether to do a dog card or not, but my wife pushed me in the back and she wanted a famous dog, so she told me to do it.
A snack that Freddie cannot resist.
I would have to say chips and guacamole. Organic mango, yep.
Is that because of the strong Dominican contingent in the major leagues, bro? Has anybody ever struck out and gone crazy and smashed the cooler full of mangoes?
Nah, our team's not really into smashing each other's stuff, I guess.
Are you a seasoning guy? You like to drown your stuff in dips and sauces?
No. Gotta watch my figure.
And it looks great, brother.
I appreciate it.
Very sexy man.
Yeah,
Let's go, Freddie Freeman, ladies and gentlemen.
Include 2 tickets to Truist Park. Listen to Chuck and Chernoff weekdays during our 4 o'clock hour for your chance to win Braves tickets on 680 The Fan.
It's great to have you with us. Hope you're having a good Friday. No score into the bottom of the fourth inning. It'll be the top of the order for the Reds. Lux, McLean, and De La Cruz. And Bryce Elder, who's at 33 pitches for the game, goes back to work. Wind up in the first pitch, driven into center field. And a base hit for Gavin Lux. He's 2 for 2 in the game. The rest of his team is hitless. But Lux has Elder figured out. And a leadoff single to get things going in the bottom of the fourth inning. This is the Tidal Wave Auto Spy inning. And Tidal Wave Auto Spy is making Braves country clean card country all season long. If the Braves pitch a scoreless fourth inning today, Tidal Wave will offer half off their Best Wash membership tomorrow. Learn more at TidalWaveAutoSpy.com/Braves. Matt McLean, the batter, and he takes a called strike. Reds managed by Terry Francona in his first season in Cincinnati. He's had a great career. There's the pitch on the way, low and outside. Terry has managed the Phillies, the Red Sox, the Guardians, and now the Reds. And when he was named manager this past offseason, he became the 65th manager in club history and the 55th since 1900. There's a ball popped up and spinning back and foul. He comes into the action today with 2007 career wins, and with one more win for manager Terry Francona, he'll tie Leo DeRocher for 12th all-time in managerial wins. And he's 32 wins from Walter Alston for 11. So he's climbing the charts. 1-2 pitch, fouled back. And as he's managing the Reds, you might say he has the most comfortable chair in the entire house. Here in the last month or so, he got tired of the chair that he was sitting in over there in the Reds dugout. And he's got his spot right there next to the stairs going up to the field. Pick off over to first base. And he said, you know what? The chair that I'm most comfortable in is the one in my bass boat. And he got a chair from a bass boat, and they have attached it to a pole down there that's bolted into the floor of the dugout, and that's his seat. There's a ball low. And looking down there, he's in the chair right now, rocking. He's got all of his stuff in front of him. I mean, all he needs is a pole to go cast a line. What a great seat.
He looks like he's sitting in the front, got his foot on the trolling motor, just cruising around the lily pads.
Be a nice day for it, wouldn't it?
It would.
Be perfect. 2-2, swung on, missed. Good slider from Elder. How about those fish today be going crazy? What a nice day.
Well, that is great. I mean, as much sitting as a manager does, you know, why not be comfortable? Kudos to Tito for getting the seat he liked.
Mm-hmm. All Tito's missing is a glass of Tito's in a chair like that. Here's Ali De La Cruz. Pick off over to first base. Back on the dive is Lux. We're scoreless in the bottom of the 4th inning. De La Cruz hit into a double play to end the 1st inning. And he'll take a called strike. Bryce did a pretty nice job mixing the changeup in as well.
It seems like he's using all of his pitches today. Got a strikeout on that changeup. Will Benson also throwing an occasional four-seamer. The sinker and the slider are the bread and butter, though.
0-1 in the air to center field. Coming in Michael Harris. That'll hang up for him. Makes a head-high catch out in center field. 2 away in the 4th inning.
Another really nice changeup there. Get a dangerous hitter out on his front foot. Just doesn't have the power. Breaks his bat because he hit it off the very end of it. Great pitch.
Two down for Noelvi Marte. No score in the 4th inning. Marte, 23 years old, from the Dominican. And he'll take a first pitch strike. Good sinker. Noelvi Marte is tabbed by Baseball America as the number 23 overall prospect entering last season. 0-1 pitch. Hot shot out to third, but Riley's on the other end. Sends it to second base. They go the short route and get Gavin Lux for out number 3. So a leadoff single does no harm to Elder. We've completed 4 innings in Cincinnati. We go to the top of the...
Well, we had a special guest on the field before the game today, Pepe the Penguin.
Pepe was a little cranky today.
If you're at the ballpark with your kid, what's most important? You got to get snacks for Junior. This is a rare father-son first base coaching combo.
Well, after Dinger put up a sign that said, "Mrs. Met, call me," Mrs. Met has her response.
That hit my bat. That was a foul ball I want to hit. He was trying to stay in the hit. See, look, he said foul ball, foul ball. He didn't want to go down to first base. He wanted to hit.
Eight, 9-1 for the Braves in the top of the 5th inning. No score. Just now tuning in. It's great to have you aboard. Hadn't missed anything yet. Just some good pitching by a couple of sinker ballers and Bryce Elder and Brady Singer. They've been doing it different ways, but the same result. Singer has a lot more swing and miss than Elder, but Elder's still getting contact and getting outs. Hack and a miss by Eli White on a first pitch slider. By the way, that was a clean bottom of the 4th inning. Now that means that tomorrow will be a clean inning car wash celebration day at Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Stop by there tomorrow. Get half off the Best Wash membership for the first month. 0-1 to White. Another swing and a miss at a slider. That's been his kryptonite in this game versus Singer. Braves country is clean car country thanks to Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Visit TidalWaveAutoSpa.com/Braves. Get more information there. And go see him tomorrow. Here comes the 0-2 pitch on the way to Eli. And he goes lunging after a slider. Got a piece of it. Fouled it off. Really no secret what Singer's going to do to a lot of these right-handed hitters, especially White. Just a hard pitch to lay off of. Wind up in the 0-2. Low and outside slider. Makes it 1-2. What are your thoughts on Singer's very swift delivery to the plate.
Yeah, it's a hard one to maintain. Some pitchers can do it. Brady's a pretty high energy guy when he pitches.
1-2 fouled back.
But he's stepping sideways very quickly, kind of stabbing out to his left, and then very quickly swinging his leg back across his body. And what that can do is lead to you losing your balance at the top. And command comes from balance.
1-2 bouncer right side. That's past a diving Matt McLean. Base in the right center field. Just tapped it to the left of the second baseman. He was playing him towards the middle of the field. And that time with Singer working away with a slider, Eli just tapped it to that side and the hole was open.
Yeah, nice adjustment there by Eli. Early in the bat, just could not recognize that slider and was swinging at it like it was a fastball. Figured out Singer was trying to get him with that, so he just poked it the other way, and now we got his wheels on board.
See what Nick Allen wants to do. He squares, and he bunts one back to the mound, and that'll be taken by Singer. Fires to first base, gets the out. Nice job by Nick Allen executing that bunt. That goes 1-3 on the sac bunt. And down to second base for Eli White. Braves have a man in scoring position. Had him loaded in the second inning with 1 out. Couldn't score. Now a runner at second with 1 out for Jurickson Profar, who's 0 for 2 today and 0 for 8 in the series. First pitch slider missed outside. Trying to break the wrapper on this game, pick up the first run. And with the wheels of Eli White at second base, you'd assume that a base hit could drive him in. One out to Profar, and that registers as a strike. A fastball at 89. He doesn't throw many four-seamers. Most of the time when it's a fastball from Singer, it's that sinker. 1-1 outside, like that.
Mm-hmm. Brady was the 18th pick of the draft for the Royals first round. I mean, that slider was what carried him to that position, but he was throwing 94, 95 at that time. So, it's just a natural progression. We talked about it with Carlos Carrasco last night. As you get older, generally lose velocity, and the guys that don't are absolute unicorns. The guys that can pitch into their late 30s.
Laid off a sweeper outside, 3-1. Yeah, because typically you get to 30 years old, if you're a guy who's throwing 97, 98, you got to find a way to transition to become a different style pitcher.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're just not going to have those bullets anymore. 3-1 fouled off.
And guys like Justin Verlander, whose velocity has finally dropped. He carried it all the way into his late 30s. And those, like I said, those guys are unicorns, and those are the guys that if they've had the career before, they got the chance to make it to Cooperstown because they're still an elite pitcher.
No score here in the fifth. Singer wheels around looking back at the runner at second, Eli White. The guy that I think about the most for that is Bartolo Colon.
Yeah.
And just a completely different pitcher early on versus towards the end. Look completely different, too. There's a 3-2 pitch. And he'll swing and pop one up on the infield. Under it, Ke'Bryan Hayes looking skyward. That'll land in his glove for the out. 2 down.
Yeah, Bartolo certainly made that transition from power pitcher to control pitcher. The guy, man of my generation, I think of is CC Sabathia.
Yeah.
He was upper 90s when he came in the league, and by the time he left, he was upper 80s, but still very good. And some pitchers can make that transition easier than others.
Visit to the mound for catcher Jose Trevino. Runner at second, 2 down, no score in the top of the fifth. The batter is Matt Olson. And what Trevino and Singer want to figure out here is how to get Matt, because Matt not only is 1 for 2 today against Singer. We mentioned that the Braves saw Singer in Atlanta back in May, and Olson took him deep in that game.
Yeah, Olson is 3 for 9 career off Singer with 2 bombs and 3 walks. So dangerous matchup, even if he doesn't, he's going to pitch him carefully. There's no question about that. That's, like you said, that's the purpose of that meeting. Let's discuss our strategy a little bit.
The righty Singer, you'd imagine Olson is the man they highlighted in the lineup today and said, okay, let's figure this out. Pitch misses high and outside. Against these righties, Riley, Ozuna, Eli White, we just mentioned him with the sliders away. They can go hard on that slider. There's a called strike. But for some of these lefties, Harris, Olsen, obviously Profar against him, a little bit more thought behind it. 1-1, high and outside, 2-1. Riley 2 for 8 in the series. Braves have not homered in this series yet. 2-1 pitch. Took a big cut and tipped that into the mitt of Trevino. 2-2.
The Singer's average splits are not that far off, but 10 of his 13 home runs have been to left-handed batters. So a lot more damage when he makes mistakes to these lefties.
Ready for the 2-2. Here it comes. And he swings and misses at a sinker for strike 3. And Olsen can't believe it. And that ends the top of the 5th inning. Braves strand a runner at second base. So still nothing on.
Anytime we can put on these uniforms, the same ones that those guys played before us in the Negro Leagues, it's an honor to put it on and to share this field with them.
It's a piece of history. So, I mean, to be able to wear it present day is honestly an unreal feeling. Once the lights are on and the anthem takes place and you're standing there on the line, it'll sink in as to what this moment really means, because I do think it's a meaningful day.
We in the locker room want to send you to a Braves game. This is John Michaels reminding you that a pair of tickets is up for grabs during our 7 o'clock hour every weekday morning on 680 The Fan.
No score in Cincinnati. Braves and Reds in the second game of this series. Last night we had a slugfest for the ages with the Braves winning 12-11 in 10 innings. There's a ground ball to third. Backhanded next to the line by Riley. Long throw and bounced perfectly. Solid play by Austin Riley. And one down here in the 5th inning. Folks, did you know the original Louisiana brand hot sauce is the official hot sauce of the Atlanta Braves? They make that stuff with peppers, vinegar, and salt, and the perfect balance to make the food you're eating taste better. That's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some. Interesting observation. As the Braves are taking the field, you notice something between Elder and Baldwin.
Yeah, it was wild. Normally these pitchers and catchers they take their time to get on the field. Nobody's really in a rush, but I noticed Drake Baldwin and Bryce Elder, as soon as the third out was made, as soon as Matt Olson struck out, they were booking it out there to get onto the field.
Pitch from Elder, fly ball to left field. Profar in line with it, makes the catch. 2 very quick outs.
And we know Bryce Elder likes to work fast, but I mean, he was just reeling off warm-up pitches. He got 10 warm-up pitches in. I would say the average guys get maybe 6 or 7 in. And I've noticed when we're on the road, Bryce and Drake Baldwin, his catcher, spend a lot of time together. So I'm wondering if they got something going together when they say, all right, as soon as that third out's made, we're going to get out there and we're going to get as many warm-up pitches as we can in between.
Yeah, that's fascinating. There's a called strike. I could understand that second inning, maybe third. It was the 5th inning of the game.
Yeah, he's throwing the ball well. I mean, they boogied out there.
This will be just his 48th pitch of the game. Missed low 1-1. Well, if he can get Trevino here, he would throw fewer pitches during the inning than he did warming up. 1-1, huge lunge and a miss at a good slider. 1-2. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Braves. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Reds. We're in the bottom of the 5th. There have been 2 1-2-3 innings for Bryce Elder. Got him in order in the second, got him in order in the third. 1-2 to Trevino. Ground ball routinely out to short. And Allen pats the leather, sends it over, and a very swift bottom of the 5th inning composed by Bryce Elder. 5 shutout frames for Bryce. We'll go to the top of the 6th. Still a scoreless game into the top of the 6th inning here in Cincinnati, alongside Darren O'Day and our producer-engineer Jonathan Chadwick. Ben Ingram here with you. For the Braves here in the 6th inning, it'll be Riley, Baldwin, and Ozuna in the Georgia Lottery home run jackpot inning. Look, there are more ballparks that are hitter-friendly than just Great American Ballpark and Coors Field. There are multiple ballparks that hitters enjoy hitting in. You think about Arizona, that certainly comes to mind, and others, but I think there are 2 ballparks where hitters really circle on the calendar. Coors Field in Denver, Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. There's a called strike. And you come to ballparks like Coors and Great American Ballpark, and you expect to really see the slugging numbers go through the roof. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way to Austin Riley. Riley sends one foul. And while the Braves scored 12 runs on 13 hits last night, they didn't homer. They had 10 singles. And however you get there, whatever it takes, that's fine. Just win the game. But it is surprising to see a game like last night where the Braves didn't hit a homer in this ballpark. There's a ball low and outside. But to take that a little bit further, between those 2 ballparks, Coors Field in Denver and Great American Ballpark here in Cincinnati, the Braves have played 42 innings this season in those 2 yards. That'll be fouled back. And in 42 innings, they have yet to homer in either yard this year. That is really hard to believe. Maybe that could change right here in the Georgia Lottery home run jackpot inning. 1-2, a big wave and a miss at a slider for strike 3. Second, or rather the 3rd time that Riley has gone down with a strikeout in this game.
Yeah, just for illustration of that, this ballpark factor is 124, average is 100. So 24% more home runs created in this park just by the dimensions here. So you do expect to see those balls leaving the yard.
Drake Baldwin takes ball outside. Where does that rank in baseball? Is that at the very top?
Number 2. Surprisingly, Dodger Stadium's number 1 at 129.
There's a 1-0 pitch. And Baldwin skies one down the left field line. Fraley to the line. Playable for him. Makes the catch just barely fair. Deep down the left field line. So 2 quick outs. The Georgia Lottery home run jackpot inning. If the Braves hit a home run this inning, our contestant Ezra Cummings from Fort Valley, Georgia, will win $1,300. And if you'd like to enter for your chance to win at least $1,000 from the Georgia Lottery, visit 680thefan.com/GA Lottery. Georgia Lottery today could be the day. So 2 down for Ezra, but you still have Ozuna to the plate. And a first pitch strike on Ozuna. Home run makes a winner out of Ezra Cummings. Ozuna takes a ball outside. This is starting to feel like that game in Kansas City the other day where we were scoreless into the 10th. 1-1, huge swing and a miss at a sweeper. And now Singer 1 strike away from his 10th strikeout of the game. Yeah, 2 days ago the Braves lost in 10 innings in Kansas City, 1-0. And then last night, 1 in 10 innings, 12-11. Go figure. One-two to Ozuna. And he'll foul back that pitch. A sweeper in on his hands. Braves have gone 2-5 on this road trip. A road trip that started in Texas against the Rangers, and the Royals in Kansas City, and now the Reds here in Cincinnati with a game in Bristol tomorrow. 1-2 pitch. Got him with a sweeper. 10 strikeouts for Singer. And he's got everything in his arsenal singing today. Braves go down 1-2-3 in the 6th inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. No score.
You've been grinding it out all summer, Taurus, so a retreat into the clubhouse could be your best move to keep you strong for the rest of the season. It can be hard for you to take a break once you're on a roll, but focusing on rest and recovery instead of pushing yourself is the right course of action. Your team needs your all-star performance to run all the way through October.
.org. Hurry up and get your Braves tickets for the 2025 season. With great matchups and multiple seating options and packages available, there's something every...
6th inning, Bryce Elder goes back to work, and his 51st pitch of the game is low and outside. It's Benson, Hayes, and Lux to the plate for the Reds here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Elder working quickly. Pitch to Benson. Swung on miss, 1-1. I'm telling you about Benson last night. 27 years old from Atlanta. Went to the Westminster School there at Atlanta. It's just 7 miles south of Truist Park. There's a 1-1 pitch. That'll miss low. Benson had committed to play collegiately at Duke, and he planned on walking onto the basketball team. That'd have been something. Here's the 2-1 pitch on the way to Benson. And that'll miss low.
He must have been some kind of player. That's a pretty good squad to just force your way onto.
There's the 3-1. And Benson with a fly ball towards center. Michael Harris coming in. Dives, and Michael can't get there. Trapped it, and it's a base hit for Benson. I guess that rolled under his glove as second base umpire Ryan Additon, who is out in shallow center, hawkeyeing the play, said that he trapped it. Yeah, that bounced into his glove. It's a good effort by Michael Harris. But it's a leadoff single for Benson. By the way, Benson, talking about basketball, his dad played at Purdue. Well, he's a terrific athlete, 2-sport star in high school, maybe even more than that. There's a ball low. That's the first hit by a Red not named Gavin Lux today. Fly ball to right field off the bat of Key Bryant Hayes. Eli White going back. Eli to the warning track and makes the catch right on the edge of the grass. Holding at first base, Key Bryant Hayes. Well, anything to right field is dangerous with that breeze out that way, Darren.
Yeah, the last two reads, that read on that sinking liner in center by Harris, and then that one, Eli had to sprint back to catch that. I think, as you mentioned, the high sky is really confusing these outfielders. And that low liner to center to Michael, he might have been having trouble with the stands. You know, the bright in the sun. Tough background for them today.
Yeah, that makes sense. Back to the top of the order to Gavin Lux. And he'll take a first pitch strike. Started him off with a slider. Lux about the only Red who's figured out anything versus Elder. Rest of their lineup is 1 for 16 versus Elder. Lux is 2 for 2. Pickoff over to first base. Back with a dive, Benson. We'll keep an eye on him. He does have 1 steal this year. A little bit surprised he doesn't have more. But his on-base percentage is .263, and he bats towards the bottom of their order. Elder bent at the waist, now straightens. No score, bottom of the 6th. And time called. Napa is a proud partner of your Atlanta Braves. With America's largest network of parts and care, Napa has all the bases covered when it comes to your ride. Ben Darren and Jay Chad with you from Great American Park here in Cincinnati. Benson goes, pitch is a ball low. Throw down to second base, and the throw is off the mark and actually hit Benson. And he's into second base with his 2nd steal in 3 tries this year.
And I think I see why he doesn't have more stolen bases. When he turned to run, he stood straight up. And if you watch good base stealer like Ricky Henderson, when he turns that first step, all he does is gain ground. He doesn't stand up. He puts power. And then some guys are better at those fundamentals of stealing bases. Even though Benson has plus speed, maybe just not proficient in the technique.
Elder pitches, and Lux with a check swing and win. Yeah, just because you're really fast doesn't mean that you're a great base runner or base stealer.
Yeah. I mean, it is so fun to watch guys that are really good at it. That first step, the quality of that first step determines whether they're going to be safe or out.
It's an art, isn't it?
It really is.
1-2 to Lux, and he struck him out looking. Good sinker. That was painted at the bottom of the zone. Lux doesn't like it. But he'll head back to the dugout, but that was a perfect pitch from Elder.
Yeah, when Bryce is on, you're going to see a lot of those looking Ks, man. That was a beautiful sinker down and in, painted for strike 3. Really tough pitch on a lefty.
Strikeout number 3 for Elder. Runner at second, 2 down for Matt McLean. And McLean takes a ball up and in. It's first time in the game the Reds have had a runner at second base. They'd only had 3 base runners the entire game prior. 1-0 pitch. Missed the inside corner. Tried a slider. 2-0 now on Matt McLean, who is lined out to second and struck out swinging. Elder spins it up there. Line drive up the middle, base hit. Benson makes the turn at third. Harris fires to the plate, throw is late and up the third base line. It's 1-0 Reds. Matt McLean with his 37th RBI of the year. That one tagged right up the middle. And Benson scores. So that stolen base set him up. And McLean cashed it in. And before Ellie De La Cruz comes to the plate, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
Never miss a pitch of the Braves.
WCNN North Atlanta, a Dickey broadcasting station.
The Fan, and streaming free on the Fan app.
They'll intentionally walk Ellie De La Cruz. Matt McLean had the single but took second base on the throw. And that'll bring Noelvi Marte to the plate. That's the first walk allowed by Bryce Elder. One 1-0 Cincinnati on the RBI single from Matt McLean here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Elder to work, and he misses with a sinker low. Marte a 3-hit night last night. 1-0 pitch low and inside. 2 balls, no strikes. This is really the first time in the game that Elder has pitched with any significant traffic. They have touched him for 1 run thus far. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Marte pounds one off the edge of the plate and foul. Two balls and a strike on Marte. Right-handed hitter. Pitch on the way from Elder. That will miss low. 3 balls and a strike. Well, I mentioned last night that the Braves and the Reds played a 4-game series in Atlanta back in May. And the theme of that series, close games. And that has continued in this series. Three balls and a strike on Noelvi Marte. 2 down, bottom of the 6th. 3-1, pulled foul. In game 1 of that 4-game series in Atlanta, the Braves won 4-0. That was a game pitched by A.J. Smith-Shawver against Brady Singer. But the Braves won the next night 2-1. Won the next night 4-3. And the day after that won 5-4. And then the Braves, fast forwarding to this series, won last night 12-11. And currently trailing 1-0. So you see the pattern here. Every game outside of one this season between the Braves and the Reds decided by 1 run. 3-2 and got him swinging. He tipped that right into the mid of Drake Baldwin, and the sinker strikes out Marte. But the Reds take the lead on the base hit by Matt McLean. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors.
A sartorial issue here. There's the team name, Chicago Cubs, so it does work.
It's got the right color.
Yeah, it's gray.
Maybe there was something went wrong with his other one.
1-1 to Marte in the air, right to the guy we just showed you.
Let's open this up. Take a look at what we find. Looks like we've got Lauren Shahadi.
Animation is great.
We got Robert Flores, one of the stars of MLB Central with Lauren Shahadi. Then we got Mark DeRosa. Look at that. He looks like Superman, does he not?
Right? He was when he was with the Cubs.
Harold Reynolds looking ripped in a tracksuit in Studio 42. There I am. The hair's all
I know this guy.
Look at that jawline.
hour every weekday morning on 680 The
Score of 1-0. Brady Singer, thankfully, out of the game. He went 6 innings, surrendering 4 hits, just 1 walk, and 10 strikeouts. So he had a nice day. Braves probably happy to see anybody on the mound. Next pitcher would be a right-hander, Scott Barlow, 32 years old, a veteran of 8 Major League seasons, many of those coming with Kansas City. Has found a home here in Cincinnati, though.
Michael Harris there to greet him, leading off at the top of the 7th inning. And a first pitch curveball slows down and registers as a strike. 0-1. By the way, the 10 strikeouts for Singer, a season best for him, and the most he's had at a Major League game since 2022 when he had a dozen against the Rays. 0-1 pitch. Curveball low and outside. 1-1.
We talked about Singer was coming off a strong start against those Tampa Bay Rays, and certainly continue that today.
1-1 to Harris. And Harris hits a little looper into left field. Coming on now is Jake Fraley. Makes the shoulder high catch for the out. 1 down.
And much like the starter that preceded him, Barlow has 3 different breaking balls: slider, sweeper, curveball. A lot of breaking balls. Also throws a 4-seam and a sinker. And those 3 Singer breaking balls were really had, especially the Braves right-handed hitters, swinging at air. Those were really good today for him.
Yeah, it was coming off the fingers perfectly for Singer. Ball in tight, almost got the knuckles of Ozzie Albies. One nothing Reds. Top of the 7th inning. 1-0 from Barlow. Righty fires and a pop-up, lazily hit to center field. Will Benson waiting on it to come down. And he makes the squeeze out in right center. 2 down here in the 7th inning. Braves have been outscored 51-37 on this road trip, which is wild because for a team that has struggled offensively all season, on this road trip, they're averaging over 5 runs per game. But they've allowed 7 runs per game. And trailing 1-0 in this one. Hoping to come back in this one the way they did last night. Here's Eli White. Barlow brings it, and White takes a called strike. In between innings, it'll be the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by 13 Heroes, a premium line of spirits founded to honor the lives of the 13 service members killed in Afghanistan in 2021. Help turn tragedy into legacy by visiting 13heroes.com today. Sweepers outside, 1 ball and 1 strike on Eli White. A chase and a miss at a curveball. 1-2 on Eli. There's only one other day game scheduled today around Major League Baseball. Cubs will be hosting the Orioles. That game starts up in just a few minutes. Everything else under the lights around Major League Baseball. 1-2 White with a check swing on appeal. And Will Little down the first baseline says he did not go 2-2. So not much of an out-of-town scoreboard. They only score 1-0 Reds, and that's delivered to you by Saya LTL Freight, the official freight carrier of the Atlanta Braves. 2-2 pitch, and White sends one foul on the third baseline.
I wonder when the last Friday day game in Cincinnati was that wasn't a makeup game. MLB likes to maximize the attendance, so you're going to see almost all night games on Friday night.
2-2 pitch. Got him looking. It bounces away from Trevino, but he picks up, throws down to first base, and that ends the top of the 7th inning. So the Braves go down 1-2-3. We'll pick that topic up, Darren, when we come back.
Stream Braves baseball in crystal clear HD on the Fan app. Now with Apple CarPlay, so you can get it directly through your dashboard. Download the Fan app now.
Rolling into the bottom of the 7th inning here at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. Reds 1, Braves nothing. Bryce Elder face Steer, Fraley, and Trevino here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Alongside Darren O'Day and our producer-engineer Jonathan Chadwick, Ben Ingram here with you. Hope you're having a great Friday, whether you're rolling around in your car or in your office or wherever you may be. By a swimming pool already, starting the weekend early. It is great to be with you. Spencer Steer takes a ball low. 1 ball and no strikes. You asked the question, when is the last time that Cincinnati had a Friday day game that wasn't a makeup game or maybe game 1 of a doubleheader or something like that? 1-0 pitch. That'll miss low. And while I don't know the answer to that, I can tell you the very first night game ever played in Major League Baseball was in Cincinnati in 1935. 2-0 pitch. That's fouled back. So we know at least in 1934 they had to be playing some Friday day games.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they cranked up the oil lamps to illuminate the field. That's a cool fact.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. That'll miss low and outside. It was the Reds and the Phillies in May of 1935. What do you think fans are thinking? This is crazy. We're playing a game at nighttime. Lights on top of the ballpark. There's the 3-1. Bounce foul on the left field line. That changed everything.
Yeah, it sure did. I mean, just the available audience at night. You know, the workday is over. That's why we do have Friday night night games. Brilliant.
3-2 from Elder. Fouled back under our booth. Spencer Steers kept the left side of the infield busy today. Ground out to third and a ground out to short. 3-2 from Elder. And he takes ball 4 high. Second walk allowed by Elder, and the only one that was not intentional. Leadoff walk here in the 7th. Did you know the all-time hot sauce leader in RBIs is the original Louisiana brand hot sauce? It's like a double play for your mouth. That's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some. Bryce Elder will be delighted to see a double play right here. Jake Fraley up at the plate. Left-handed hitter takes a ball low.
Yeah, Bryce has done such a good job of being in that strike zone today. We talked about the free passes being an issue for him, and as you mentioned, done a great job today until that last at bat of limiting those.
1-0 pitch, and there's a strike. Got a changeup over the outside corner. Jake Fraley has not hit into a double play this season. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Sinker for a called strike. 1-2. Reds have hit into 75 double plays as a team. Leading their team, De La Cruz, Espinal, and McLean. Take that back. Steer, I should say, have all hit into 10. Pick off to first base, and back in standing Spencer Steer. Dylan Dodd is now tossing for the Braves in the bullpen. Elder at 80 pitches, 50 strikes. 1-2 pitch, check swing. He did go for strike 3. Nasty slider from Elder. Strikeout number 5 for Bryce Elder. 1 out here in the 7th inning for Jose Trevino. Trevino has hit into 7 double plays. He would certainly be a candidate for that. And he's 0 for 2 with a fly out to left field and a ground out to short. And he'll take a slider for a strike. Tony Santillan, right-hander, throwing for the Reds in their bullpen, so both teams have action in the pens. 1-0 Reds, bottom of the 7th. 0-1 pitch and a fly ball to left. Jurickson Profar drifting back, squares up to it, under it, and that parachutes down into his glove. And 2 down in the inning. And here comes Brian Snitker. Will Benson, the left-handed hitter, due up next, so the Braves will be going to the southpaw Dodd. And Snit will be making the Pennington grass seed call to the bullpen. If you're looking to transform your lawn this year, turn to Pennington Grass Seed, the official partner of the Atlanta Braves grounds crew. Pennington Grass Seed, rooted in Braves country. We'll introduce you to the left-hander Dodd when we come back. 1-0 Reds, bottom of the 7th.
There's a tidal wave of clean car.
It's a 5-man umpiring crew here today. And this young superstar is in the stands.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy tripped, or he might have caught that ball.
There's a fastball, and there's a flying bat. It's a high car.
And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
Haggerty is on with an infield hit. A little tumble behind the mound. Hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
That's one earned run thus far. He is responsible for that runner on first base after the walk to lead off the inning. Also had 2 walks and 5 strikeouts, so a nice performance from him. As you mentioned, lefty Will Benson digging in, so Brian Snitker summons Dylan Dodd out of the bullpen. The 27-year-old lefty has pitched 13 times this year with the Braves, coming off his best outing of the season at Texas, where he went 3 innings pitched, 2 hits allowed, with 4 punch-outs.
He's the only player to score a run today. That was in the 6th inning. Pitch all the way to Benson, and a first pitch strike from Dodd. Benson singled to lead off the 6th inning, stole second, and then scored on the 2-out single by Matt McClain. And that has been it. You would never guess that these are the same 2 teams that were on this field last night, as they combined for 23 runs last night. Dodd deals. Missed outside, 1-1. Elder did a wonderful job giving the Braves an opportunity, giving up just that 1 run in 6 2/3. That dazzling line that Darren just mentioned. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way from Dodd. And a ball low and outside. Will make the play of Bryce Elder, our Truist play of the game. Brought to you by Truist. When you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. Leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC. 1-0 Reds, bottom of the 7th. Dodd brings it to Benson on a fly ball to deep left field. Profar back. Profar is going to watch this fly away and into the seats for an opposite field homer from Will Benson. And the Atlanta native, with 1 big swing here in the 7th inning, strikes against his hometown team. It's 3-0 Cincinnati. That is his 9th homer of the year. And like we mentioned last night, in his career, he's had some big swings versus the Braves.
Yeah, that's some big-time pop. Going opposite field. It looks like his feet slipped in the box as well, but muscled it out of here about 3 or 4 rows deep to the opposite field. Keep Brian Hayes to the plate. And he'll take a strike. That'll close the line on Elder as he gives up 2 runs on 4 hits in 6 2/3. Oh, 1 to Hayes, and he swings over the top of a cutter. I'm sure that's frustrating for Elder. He was at just 83 pitches, pitching the best he has in quite some time. So I'm sure he would have liked to at least finish the inning. 0-2 from Dodd. Ground ball wrapped foul on the third base line. Braves are going to need an 8th inning like they had last night. In the 8th, the Braves will have 9, 1, and 2 due up, and currently trailing 3-0. 0-2 from Dodd. Fouled back right under us. Good thing that wasn't any higher. That had some mustard on it. I'm catching that all day, Ben. I'm ready here. I like our chances with you over there. That's a bright day game. I got my sunglasses on. I can't really see the monitor, which I tend to watch a lot during the game. So I'm actually, because I like to dissect the pitching-hitting matchup. Yeah, naturally. 0-2 pitch. That's fouled off. So you're telling us you're actually watching the game today? So I'm ready for foul balls of this series. Today, especially. We'll see tomorrow. I mean, the layout of the field, is all generally pretty pretty similar at every park, but tomorrow is a wild card. I just don't know what it's going to look like.
Anybody's guess. We'll find out tomorrow. We'll get down to Bristol. That's going to be great. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way from Dodd to Hayes. Low and inside. That kicked up a big plume of chalk dust as it bounced across the batter's box. I've never been to a racetrack in my life, believe it or not. Wow. I've never been to a NASCAR event. I'd love to go.
The scale of it is going to just blow you away.
1-2 fouled back.
I think they could fit 2 baseball fields at least in the infield. I mean, they are so big. You asked me earlier if I've ever been to a race. I've not been to a race, but I did get to drive, I'd say probably 20 to 30 laps on Daytona. Daytona Motor Speedway a couple summers ago.
1-2 to Hayes. Fly ball to right field. Eli White still back to the edge of the track, halfway into the track, and he's got it out in deep right field. In the bottom of the 7th. But a 2-run home run by Will Benson, the Atlanta native, gives the Reds a 3-0 lead as we head to the top of the 8th.
Hey, Braves fans, SeatGeek is the official.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
A sartorial issue here. There's the team name, Chicago Cubs, so it does work.
It's got the right color.
Yeah, it's gray.
Maybe there was something went wrong with his other one.
1-1 to Marte, in the air, right to the guy we just showed you.
Third Reds pitcher of the game will be Tony Santillan. Big righty, 6'3", 285. Not missing any meals, this one. 28 years old. He's thrown in 54 games this season, sporting a clean 2.68 ERA with 48 strikeouts and 50 innings. Now, he's a hard thrower, big fella, as I mentioned. The fastball comes in 96 to 98, also pairs that with 2 different breaking balls, a slider and a slurve.
Braves will send up Sean Murphy to pinch hit for Nick Allen. Murphy, Profar, and Olsen for the Braves in the 8th inning. If the Braves can get half of what they got in the 8th inning last night, they'll be in good shape. Trailing 3-0. Here's the pitch on the way to Murphy. Now there's a strike. The Reds have used Singer, Barlow, and Santillan on the mound. 0-1 a called strike, and if things go to plan for the Reds, they'd like to have Pagan out there for the 9th inning, I'd imagine. No balls and 2 strikes. Big, tall right-hander Santillan deals the 0-2, and he blows it by Sean Murphy. Fastball 97. And he strikes him out for the first out here in the 8th inning. Profar, the batter. Starting up the second to last month of the season here today, August the 1st. Braves coming off a month of July where they went 8-17. And trailing 3-0 here today. Santillan brings it. That'll be sent foul on the first baseline. Braves have had 1 winning month this season. That was in April. Went 14-11 in April. That was after starting March 0-5. Went a game under in May at 13-14. Went 11-15 in June. And then the worst month of them all, July, 8-17. Hoping for a bounce back in August. One to Profar fouled back. This is one of 15 road games this month for the Braves, so I have 14 at home. Profar is 0 for 3. 0-2 pitch. High and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Santillan set right next to his right ear. Steps and fires. Profar fouls one back into the screen.
Yeah, Ben, I was telling you about the scale of these NASCAR tracks, and the other thing that shocked me about Daytona was the degree of banking on the turns. And I'm not sure if Bristol's quite as banked as Daytona, but it seems like it would be a challenge to walk up. It's so steep.
Get a chance to check that out tomorrow. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Edom is high.
Because that allows them to go faster through those turns. They don't have to brake.
Right.
So hopefully we get a chance to walk the track tomorrow and see that, and it's just a wild experience.
Yeah, we're going to get over there early and get a lay of the land. 2-2 to Profar. That's outside. I've passed Talladega 100 times.
Yeah.
When I drive home to Mississippi from Atlanta, it's right there off of 20. Base is empty, 1 down. The payoff pitch on the way to Profar. No foul went off. What do you think is the fastest you've ever been in a car?
I can tell you, Ben. 167 miles an hour.
It was it that same day?
Yes, it was in Daytona. And they don't give you that full speed right out of the gate. They got to make sure you're not going to crash their car into the wall or do anything crazy. But by the end of the laps, they'd given me enough horsepower to get up to 167.
3-2 pitch again. Fouled off. So you did that at the track, not on the way home.
Now, I've gotten somewhat close to that. I don't want to say I've ever hit 167 off of a track. I don't think I have. I enjoy life, and there's not many good roads where you can do that. Yeah, I think that's my top speed.
167. There's a 3-2 pitch. Check swing. Didn't go. Profar thought he'd gotten rung up. He looked back at home plate umpire Lance Barksdale and mistaken Barksdale's point down to third as him being rung up. And he's like, no. And then he looked down the third base line. Ryan Wills was saying that he did not go. Well, that quickly turned the frown upside down, and it's a 1-out walk to Jurickson Profar. Matt Olson going to climb in there, 1 for 3 with a single and a couple of strikeouts. 3-0 Reds in the 8th. Huge swing and a miss at a first pitch slurve from Santillan. 0-1 on Olson. When you're driving 167, were you the only person in the car?
I was. Yes, I was driving the car. A lot of times they'll put a driver in there for you.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a strike.
I should say you have a choice of experiences. If you want to drive the car, you can, but they're gonna feed you that horsepower once they see that you can drive it. Otherwise, you can just jump in with a driver and go 185.
Wow.
With a pro, and that's what made my drive even more hairy, is that there's a pro going by you 20 miles an hour faster every lap.
Unreal.
So you got to keep an eye on him and let him pass.
0-2 to Olson, fouled back. What's interesting about you driving the car 167 miles an hour is that is exactly 100 miles an hour faster than Jonathan Chadwick has ever driven any car.
Captain Safety.
He's 10-2 in the right lane, driving 67 on the cruise control. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way to Matt Olson. Missed high, 1-2.
It's bringing back fond memories of spring training, when the team bus is just flying by us on the way to the game.
Yeah, we get lapped by the team bus. One and two for Olson. Trying to reach for the second time of the game. And he's going to loop one into left field. There's a base hit into left field. That rolls into the gap. That rolls to the warning track into the wall. That's going to drive in Profar. No, he's going to hold at third and keep it safe. Had a big turnaround third, but goes back. It's a double by Olson. And that'll put him at second and third for Riley and the tying run to the plate. That landed and just kept on rolling. Took Fraley forever to get there, and Benson was a long way from it.
And I thought Profar would score on that. I don't know if he had the Jets on between first and second. He sure did between second and third.
Well, I think if he wanted to, if it's a tie game, I think he could have easily scored, but they play it safe. Don't want it out of the plate. Pitch to Riley. Huge cut and a miss. Hand came off the bat on that swing, and he missed the fastball. 0-1. Braves threatening for the first time in a while. They had the bases loaded way back in the second inning, but were denied. Down 3-0 in the eighth. 0-1 pitch. Fouled back. Good swing, but a 98-mile-an-hour fastball fouled back into the screen. A chance to make it interesting right here. 0-2 to Riley. Fouled back to our right. After Riley, it will be Baldwin. So the Braves have some opportunities with some sluggers to the plate here in the eighth inning. Nothing but bagels up there on the line for the Braves today. Haven't scored a single run. But looking to change that with the swing of the bat right here. Santiana the belt. 0-2 to Riley. Taken high with a fastball. That one 99. Santiana reached back for a little bit extra with that. So 1-2 now on Austin Riley. He's hitless today. 3 strikeouts. Looking for an opportunity at redemption right here. 1-2 pitch. In the dirt. Good stop by Trevino. Riley had 1 hit last night. It was an RBI single in the 8th inning. Base hit drives in at least 1 right here. Olson a lead at second. Profar lead off of third. 2-2 to Riley. And a check swing on a slurve, and he goes down swinging. That fooled him. He was geared up for that fastball, and the second he recognized that slurve, it was too late. 2 down after the strikeout.
That's 4 strikeouts for Riley today. The breaking balls of these Reds pitchers really giving him fits today.
So now Drake Baldwin up to the plate. 1 for 3 with a single. And Drake hits one in the air to deep left center field. Benson racing for the wall, throws up the glove, and makes a gliding catch in front of the left center field fence. Drake pounded it, but it didn't slice enough away from Benson to drop in for a hit, and there's out number 3. And that opportunity for
when it comes to understanding every step of your treatment. Northside Hospital Heart Institute. We lead with heart.
I'm Cortland's spokespug, Cordy. This broadcast of the Atlanta Braves is brought to you by Cortland. Visit Cortland.com to find your new apartment or one of our next-level communities. Go Braves!
Hey everybody, Buck Bellew here. When the Braves don't play at 7, join me for the new Buck Bellew Show here on The Fan, 680 and 93.7, home of the Braves.
Bottom of the 8th in Cincinnati, 3-0 Reds. It's still Dylan Dodd on the mound for the Braves. Into the game, and shortstop Luke Williams, as Nick Allen was pinch hit for by Sean Murphy, the top of the inning. So Williams out there. This is the Yanmar strikeout, the side inning. Top of the order due up for the Reds. And this will be Austin Hayes pinch hitting for Gavin Lux. Lux finishes his day 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a strikeout. And now Austin Hayes, right-handed batter, hitting .276 on the season, up to the plate. First pitch from Dodd, wrecked down the left field line. That's a foul ball. Boy, he turned on that. Cutter to his liking, makes it 0-1. It's the Yanmar strikeout, the side inning. And if the Braves could strike out the side in order here in the bottom of the 8th inning, our contestant Sharon Davis will be the lucky winner of a brand new Yanmar utility terrain vehicle. Enter all season long at Braves.com/Yanmar for your chance to win a Yanmar UTV and to be entered for a grand prize drawing at the end of the season. Yanmar, built together, back longer. Hayes takes a ball inside. Slider that missed, 1-1. Last night, Austin Hayes was in the starting 9 as the DH. He was batting cleanup, and he was on base 3 times, fielder's choice, walk, and an RBI single. 1-1 from Dodd. Fly ball down the left field line towards the stands, and that becomes a foul ball into the seats down the left field line. He's walking across the infield just to the first base side of the mound. His bat already waiting for him as Drake Baldwin stands it up on its end right in the middle of home plate. One and 2 on Hayes. This game was scoreless into the bottom of the 6th inning. Reds scored a run on an RBI single for Matt McClain. And then they scored 2 more runs last inning on a 2-run homer by Will Benson. Dodd spins it up there, and Hayes swings and misses a cutter for strike 3. And a good start in our Yanmar strikeout the side inning for the contestant Sharon Davis.
Yeah, nice cutter down and in there to the dangerous righty Austin Hayes. He hammers lefties, so big out there for Dylan Dodd.
1 out for Matt McClain. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Both teams with 5 hits in the game, but the Reds have gotten a lot more out of theirs than the Braves have. And McClain fouls one off the gear of catcher Drake Baldwin. He's all right. Due up in the 9th for the Braves will be Ozuna, Harris, and Albies. "13 strikeouts for Reds pitchers. They have walked just 2 men. That's coming right after a game where the Braves struck out just 5 times last night. There was no swing and miss last night for either team. Here's the 0-1. In tight, 1-1 now on Matt McClain. One outside with a cutter. Dodd's 2-1 to the plate, and he misses high, 3 balls and a strike. Reds have a little bit of action in their bullpen. They lead 3-0 in the bottom of the 8th. Pants of Dodd are rippling in the wind down there. There's a swing and a miss. Good cutter. Been a breezy, sunny day here on the banks of the Ohio River. And a good Friday afternoon crowd. Last night they announced 27,169. Maybe about that in this game. Enjoying Friday day baseball. Here's the 3-2. Fouled back. Still 3-2. Regardless of who you're a fan of, it should be a nice day to be in the stands today. Just a perfect day. 75 degrees when they said play ball. Good breeze coming in. Again, the 3-2 pitch. And he struck him out. That time elevated a fastball. So back-to-back strikeouts for Dylan Dodd. And now he's got to go through Ellie De La Cruz. And if we can strike him out, we'll have our second winner of the year in the Yanmar strikeout the side inning. De La Cruz is 0 for 2. He was intentionally walked in the 6th inning. Also a fly out to center and hit into a 4-6-3 double play. Let's see if Dodd can make it happen. First pitch swinging, sent foul into the seats down the right field line. 0-1. Been talking about Ellie De La Cruz now for 3-4 years. He's only 23 years old. Tremendous young talent from the Dominican. He has 8 older siblings. He's the youngest of 9. 0-1 pitch. That's upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike.
That would explain it. That's a lot of people to play, wiffle ball with or practice your game.
Yeah.
And having older brothers certainly is an advantage in baseball.
Well, he had 8 siblings growing up. He's got 8 siblings here in Cincinnati every night. That'll be swung on and missed. 1 of 9 on the field every night. 1-2 now on Ellie De La Cruz. We're 1 strike away from a winner in the Yanmar strikeout the side inning. Last time it happened, it was Dylan Lee that delivered the inning. Now the Braves turning to Dylan Dodd to do the same. Sharon Davis, you need 1 more strike. And the 1-2. This tie, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I'm fully invested in this, Ben. I need this to happen.
You and me both. There's a Yanmar UTV on the line. Those utility terrain vehicles, best in the business out there, made by Yanmar. About to find out. 2-2. He swings and misses. There goes the bat. It dangles up in the net about 25 feet above the Braves dugout. That thing is, how are they going to get that? They're going to need a ladder to get that thing down. But we've got a winner in the Yanmar strikeout the side inning. Sharon Davis. You just won a Yanmar UTV. Congratulations to Sharon. We go to the 9th inning, 3-0 Reds.
Hey, Braves fans. Every day injuries happen on and off the field. But when you're hurt on the job, it can be tough to get back in the game quickly. I'm attorney John Foy, the strong arm. Workers' comp should cover your...
As someone who grew up in the era of the twist, the locomotion, the Freddy, and other outrageous dances, the floss is easily the worst of all time.
The fan did touch that ball, and that's a big whoops.
Any relation to Grant?
I don't know. That guy was having a hard time figuring out what screen he was supposed to be looking at.
What a play! Alan Rodin. And hopefully he is all right.
Look at
it's his eye black.
That's his eye black. It has been transferred from face to wall.
Top of the 9th here in Cincy. Braves' last chance to avoid a shutout sandwich. They were shut out the last game over in Kansas City. Played at 12 runs yesterday. Now staring a shutout in the face. Got to get something going here in the 9th, trailing 3-0. They will be doing that against the Reds closer, Emilio Pagan. We saw him pitch last night. Did take the hard luck loss, surrendering just the 1 unearned run with the designated runner, Matt Olson, scoring on the man in the boxes sacrifice fly to win the game.
Need a good start here in the ninth. Braves down 3-0. Marcell Ozuna, the batter. And he'll take a call strike. By the way, that Ellie De La Cruz bat's still up in the net. That thing is so high, they're just saying, we'll worry about that later. They're going to need a forklift out there to get that thing down. 0-1 pitch. And Ozuna takes a strike.
Does Yanmar make cherry pickers? We could use one right now.
Might need to roll one out there. They could get Redzilla out there and shoot T-shirts at it. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. That's outside. Did they get rid of Redzilla?
No idea.
You remember that thing? Last few years, they'd have this a UTV that would come out onto the field, and it had a Gatling gun that shot T-shirts. I mean, this thing would shoot these things 250 feet up into the upper deck. 2-1. That'll miss low and outside. It was one of my favorite things about coming here.
Yeah.
And it rolled around the track in between innings, and that thing's firing out, I kid you not, hundreds of T-shirts. It's either T-shirts or maybe bouncy balls. It was something they were firing it out. 2-2, low and in, 3-2.
Yeah, the little boy in me loves those things. Houston had one, and when I was a member of the Orioles, I got strongly reprimanded for shooting it in the tunnel. It's their fault for leaving it unattended in the tunnel. We were just firing that thing off.
I completely agree. There's the 3-2 pitch. In tight, leadoff walk. That'll work. Ozuna's aboard. Yeah, you can't leave something like that unattended around baseball players.
No. You go back to the bat. I'm surprised that, these baseball players love to throw stuff. They haven't started throwing balls at it, trying to knock it down.
I think they might be afraid that it'll be falling from such a height that it might hurt somebody on the way down. I mean, it's stuck up to the label in the net above the Braves dugout.
Well, luckily, the fat end is on the field side, so if it falls, it's only going to fall one way.
Here's Michael Harris. And a ball outside. 3-0 Reds, top of the ninth. One-0 to Harris. And Harris hits one up the middle and a base hit into center field. Ozuna around second. He's going to go for it. Here's the throw from Marte, and that will be late. Head first slide as Ozuna just went first to third. Talk about things I didn't expect to see. Marcel's wheels feeling pretty good. He was Fred Flintstoning around the bags out there.
That was a head first belly flop into third. Hey, he was blaming, you look at him after he got into third, he turns around and blames the dirt for his terrible slide.
He just ate the dust out there with that nosedive into the bag. It works out first to third for Ozuna, and the Braves have him at the corners, tying run to the plate. Well, meeting at the mound, Trevino and Pagan. Braves saw Pagan last night, as Darren mentioned. Gave up that one unearned run. Now Ozzie Albies with a chance to strike and put the Braves on the board. As he climbs in, the back of his uniform rippling in the wind down there at field level. Harris could lead at first. Pagan to the plate. And Ozzie watches a splitter miss outside. Looking for a ninth inning comeback. Braves have been silenced all day, but threatening with runners at the corners. No one out in the top of the ninth. Ozzie swinging it from the left side. And the 1-0 pitch. Missed low, 2-0. While Ozzie is 0 for 2 with a walk today, he had a 4-hit game last night. Went 4 for 6. Well, a base hit right here puts the Braves on the board. Hitters count, 2-0 pitch. And he swings and golfs one into center field. Had to lay down for a hit. Coming in now, Marcell Ozuna. It's a 3-1 game. Trying to go first to third, Harris. And he beats the throw out of center. Oh, he just rolled the dice. And it came up in his favor. Michael Harris first to third and stunning Will Benson. How about that hustle? And now a visit to the mound as Terry Francona's walking out there. It's a 3-1 game.
Yeah, you mentioned Will Benson's from the Atlanta area. I would venture a guess that Benson and Michael know each other. And Michael decided he was going to test his buddy. Kind of okey-doked him there because Benson got to the ball quickly. Michael was standing right by second base, but he got him by surprise.
He might have scraped his nose just like Ozuna did going into third base.
Well, he fell into the crater Ozuna made.
Sam Maul is tossing for the Reds. They're tending to Michael Harris now. Either scraped his nose or got something in his eye. Braves trainer George Poulos out there and tending to the face of Harris. Yeah, he's got a bandage on his nose. So between Ozuna and Harris diving in headfirst at third base, both get a little bit banged up over there. Lewis May also tossing next to Sam Maul in the Reds bullpen. Braves have the tying run at first and the go-ahead run to the plate in Eli White.
Yeah, that was a nose burger down there at third base. Scraped it right across the dirt.
Still no one out. And Eli White, the batter, started with a leadoff walk and then back-to-back base hits from Harris and Albies. Making it interesting late. There it comes from Pagan. And White with a check swing. They appealed. Didn't go. 1 ball and no strikes. Pagan has failed to get ahead of anybody. After White, it would be Luke Williams. Last night was the bottom of the order in the 8th that got the rally started. 1-0 pitch, popped up, spinning back our way, coming back to the screen, Trevino, and out of room. That takes a big hop on the concrete walkway down there and bounces along the concourse. 1-1 on Eli White. White 1 for 3 in the game with a single, 2 strikeouts. Eli 1 for 2 in his career versus Pagan. And the 1-1. He swings and misses at a fastball. Challenged him with heat. Came in there at 96. If the Braves can get it to the bottom of the 9th inning, Reds would have the middle 3 due up. Trying to come back late and steal one from the Reds. Waiting on the 1-2. Ozzie on the move. Pitches the ball low and in. Trevino throws down to second. Not in time. Now a base hit can tie the game. Ozzie Albies steals second base. So he's at second. Harris is at third, and a 2-2 count on Eli White. That's Ozzie's 10th steal at 11 tries this year. Big opportunity for Eli White. Braves are down 3-0 just a moment ago. Now a base hit can tie the game. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled off into the seats along the first baseline. Last night, Eli White came to the plate in the 8th inning twice. And had an RBI single in the 8th inning. That came off of Maul, who's warming up in their bullpen. Now trying to figure out Pagan. Righty brings the 2-2. Swung on, fouled back just under our booth. They get a 2-2 count on Eli White. Home plate umpire Lance Barksdale gets half a dozen new baseballs from the Reds dugout. Again the 2-2. Got him looking with a fastball.
Ball's down.
It looked low and outside of me, Darren. What'd you see?
Yeah, I had that well below the zone. That's a tough call for Eli. Not a bad pitch, for a pitcher, but as a hitter, you hate that. And trying to scratch and claw to win a game here, and the bat's taken out of your hands.
One down. Here's Luke Williams. Williams had a 2 RBI double in the 8th inning last night. First pitch to Luke. And he'll swing and drive one high in the air. Deep left field. Back to the wall. Fraley makes the catch of the fence. Tagging from third base, Harris. It's a 1-run game. Luke Williams just missed getting one out of here. Hit it to the base of the wall, and Fraley in pursuit got there in time for it. And the sac fly makes it a 3-2 game. Ozzie holds at second base, 2 down.
I'll tell you what, the 2 first to thirds this inning have produced 2 runs. Good base running by these Braves. Marcell Ozuna and Michael Harris to give the Braves a chance here to plate 2 in the 9th.
So now it's Profar's turn. Braves down to their final out, tying run at second base. First pitch to Profar, a ground ball out to second base. McLean has it, throws to the bag, and the Reds escape. A frustrated Profar takes his helmet, and with both hands, smacks it on the dirt back at first base. And the Reds have evened up this series with a 3-2 victory over the Braves here in Cincinnati. Well, the Braves in the 9th made a run at it. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. Final score, Reds 3, Braves 2. Back with the totals after this.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
Napa has the parts and the expertise to help your business stay ahead of the game. That's why Napa is a proud partner of the 2025 Atlanta Braves. 2 legends driven to win from the field to the open road. While Napa is powering fleets and garages across the country, the Braves are delivering pennants, MVPs, and champions.
A lot of fans and collectors will look at the T206 set as the more famous of the sets that were produced in the early part of the 20th century. And certainly they would carry more financial value. But when you talk to collectors, some will tell you that these T205s are actually more physically attractive. They're maybe the most physically attractive cards produced prior to World War II.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.